Excellent. And we are back for one last session before the end of 2024. So welcome back, my dear left-hand horrors. And what can we say? It's been a couple of weeks since we last encountered your, shall we say, lack of subtlety, lack of diplomacy, perhaps broad definition of precision. Yes, for those of you who are tuning in or who are watching this stream, these adventures are not known for any of these qualities. They have embraced a school of problem solving that is more like blaze your way through and ask questions later, as they have been incinerating the dungeon that they encounter, the web's edge, on their way to try and find love mission. But yeah, hey, who needs stealth, right? When you have infernos and you can cast massive vortexes, and it's kind of like they have a burning commitment to make their presence known in the most shall we say, explosive way possible. So get around, everybody, as we're gonna recap this fiery mess in a moment. But before we do, let's say hello to our protagonists tonight. Creek, the undead bard extraordinaire. Back from the multiversal overlap of timelines, Creek finds himself in a party he vaguely remembers but isn't entirely sure how he got there, or if this is even the right group. Either way, his skills in diplomacy and a tendency to scream sing his way out of the fights remains unmatched. Creek, say hello to our audience and tell us a little bit about how you're feeling tonight.
Hey guys, it's the Spirit King here of Creek. I'm feeling pretty hot, and not by the characteristic sense, but by the massive fire all over this place. Jeez, it makes me feel like the Nine Hells all over again when I had a gig down there. But thankfully, I wished upon a star, and that fire does not feel like it's going to burn my hair off.
Very well, very well. And then we have Cyril, our chronergy wizard, who might be starting to suffer, shall we say, early stages of madness. I guess studying time in the depth of knowledge that he does can sometimes be maddening. I mean, he has a mastery of time and an expression that whispers, I have seen things you wouldn't believe. Cyril is, I guess, the team's current philosophical center, as he's doing all the exposition and explaining how time works to the party. Though these days his philosophy mostly boils down to burn it first and explain the ethics later. Cyril, say hello to our audience. Tell us a little bit about how you're feeling tonight. And if you're talking, Cyril, you are on mute.
No,
oh.
He's not even in the call.
Oh, okay. Oh my God, he has been kidnapped from this call. All right, let's move then to who's next? Drazov. Drazov, this wildly ambitious wizard, who known for his experiments that sometimes go terribly wrong, sometimes hilariously wrong, and sometimes dangerously wrong. Drazov once nagged Vecna into rewriting reality, and now he's here, wielding arcane chaos with all the restraint of a toddler, with his vortexes, explosions, everything. Yes, please. Drazov, say hello to our audience. Tell us a little bit about how you're feeling tonight.
Here, and it is a good day. Any day you get to do a practical field test of a new spell is a good day.
Very well, very well. And then we have, last but not least, Midge, our fungus lich druid. Midge remains the group's unlikely conscience, I guess, through her definition of balance, seem to involve balancing death and destruction on one side of the scale, and Perhaps there's no other side to the scale. We're not growing mushrooms in her ribcage. She's reminding everyone not to kill absolutely everything. The horrible things should be preserved. So, Mitch, say hello to our audience. Tell us a little bit about how you're feeling tonight.
Oh, if I'm the conscious of this group, I think we're screwed, guys. But, I'm a little tired of getting burned by Cyril, but I am enjoying seeing all of these lovely spiders. They're just simply delightful.
Very well, very well, and let's give our audience a little recap of what happened in the last session, which was a couple of weeks ago. Previously on Payback is a Lich. The party was infiltrating the Web's Edge, a supposed war room of Lolth, the Spider Queen. The horrors brought their unique brand of diplomacy, fire, chaos, and noise. Drazov, ever the master of the structure, cast a massive vortex spell that turned the already chaotic chamber into a swirling hellscape of incinerated webs and panicked creatures. Cyril decided subtlety was overrated and contributed to the conflagration, while Creek screamed something about artistic freedom, I guess, as he joined the carnage. The party's plan, if you could call it that, was to locate Lolth and somehow convince her to hand over her piece of the rod of 7 parts. What they've managed instead is to reduce a significant portion of this massive dungeon and war room to ashes, alerting every creature in the vicinity and creating enough noise to ensure that someone, possibly Lolth, possibly her rivals, know that they are here. Well, the question now is, what lies ahead? Will they finally face Lolth, or will the horrors they've unleashed in this fiery wake catch up with them first? And what's their pitch to Lolth anyway? I guess please give us the rod and we'll stop setting everything on fire. I guess that could be an argument. Only time and more destruction will tell. So let's resume our session. For those of you who don't remember the situation we are in, let me give a quick summary to our audience of a brief summary to our audience of what happened. Well, there were once 2 timelines in this story. Yes, indeed, 2 parties. There were 2 parties. There was the party that we started this campaign with, as you see them on the top, and then there is the party that we continue this campaign with. You see them in the bottom. Then there is the witch from Vecna, who somehow screwed up and merged the 2 timelines. And now there are 2 parties. You would say there are 12 individuals, but turns out that one of them was recently crashed by a massive comet. So yeah, right now the 2 parties, the left-hand horrors, which are the ones at the bottom, and how do you guys call the ones at the top? What was the nickname for that party?
Good question.
Well, you mentioned that a few sessions ago. Creek, what is the name of your party, Creek?
Oh man, oh no, I'm feeling like Vokar. I need to go into my memories for a second, please. What was it again?
Well, we can keep that as a quiz for you. Well, we still don't know if the Wish of Vecna actually joined 2 Vecnas, and now there are 2 Vecnas as well. Although I gotta say, it's one Vecna is insufferable. 2 might be really a big a bigger problem that you anticipated for this multiverse. As the two timelines merge together, the two parties apparently are using different strategies to find the rod of 7 parts, which leads me to the next part of our little explanation. Yes, there are 2 rods of 7 parts, and the race to 7 is now race to 7 parts of the same rod, I guess. Where, as you can see, with 2 rods in play, that gives the party more chances to find the 7 pieces, but also makes things a little bit more complicated, as competition is the name of the game. There are fiends that have shown interest in this rod. There are demon lords that want a piece of it so that they can use as leverage with Vecna to get a little piece of the new world for themselves. There's Kaz and Miska, the spider wolf, the demon lord, that they're also after the pieces of the rod, and they've managed to get quite a few in 2 different timelines. Then we have the party themselves, where, as you can see, Necrolumpa from the other party, which, by the way, is the key distinction between the 2 timelines. Necrolumpa from the other timeline apparently has a piece of the rod, and in this timeline, it's Trazov is the one who had that same piece of the rod. Zero has a piece of the rod, but he doesn't know which one. And then we have Creek, this Creek, who is playing right now, who is actually the Creek from the other party. So should I say this is actually the switched Creek, as the Creek from this party is currently crushed under a massive comet. Accidentally cast by Volkar. So yeah. And now they're looking for yet another piece. They're hoping is the tip of the rod there, the very first piece of the rod, that with that will give them quite an advantage. At least in one of those races, they seem to be ahead. And yes, with that, let me bring you guys back. Oh wait, someone joined. Oh yeah, Cyril, say hello to our audience. Tell us a little bit about how you're feeling tonight.
Hello. Feeling fantastic, on time, prepared as always, and I'm ready to light a blaze to a few more spiders.
Oh yes, Cyril has his own definition of on time, and with that,
as a chronology wizard, I think my time is always the correct time as well. So,
of course, you have your own time zone. All right. So, if for those of you who are thinking, what the hell is all this fire? Yes, that's pretty much where we left off last time. There is not just fire. There is a massive vortex there to the northeast of this map, and the party is currently facing an Erinese, a ruin spider, which they nicknamed the Itsy Bitsy Ruin Spider, and who is currently climbing on the ceiling and attempting to attack the party. Midge is fascinated about it. The other members of the party are in the other room. And on that note, shall we resume our combat? And
Legend, who is this due north of Cyril and I? With
that's their niece.
Okay, thank you.
All right, and I see that I see that because of the multiple maps, the turn order has been screwed up, but I'll tell you guys who is next. So first is Cyril, then is a Drider on a different map, then it's the Itsy Bitsy Ruin Spider, then you have Drazov, Midge, Creek, and Fernita, which she hasn't introduced herself, but it's the Erinese.
Oh, great.
All right. So, with that, where was I? Oh, there it is. So, Cyril, we were at the top of the initiative. you are the next one to act. What would you like to do?
Yeah, I'm just thinking now. I'm just thinking now. I'm correct in saying drinking a potion is a full action, isn't it?
It's an action or a bonus action. Either way, you choose.
Okay, perfect. I'm going to cast comprehend languages on myself. Oh no, wait. No, never mind. Sorry. Let's go try and speak with the spider. I'll start off by drinking a potion of healing, supreme healing.
Okay.
Get some health back.
And Midge, remind me, you are currently on top of Cyril?
Underneath, I believe.
I'm underneath, his legs,
underneath.
hiding from the fire.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
indeed.
So that's 42 health back for Cyril.
Very good.
It's actually quite a decent roll. And this is going to hurt. I'm going to cast at level. I'm just trying to think with the fire. It's not a huge amount I can do. Sorry guys, give me 2 seconds. I'm going to cast Banishment on the spider. Level 4.
Okay.
Yes.
Very well.
Which is a charisma 19 save.
The spider gotta be incredibly charismatic for this one.
And Midge cries as she sees the spell leave your hand.
No, it's so pretty.
And yes, she's so pretty. And Zero just sent her into a different demiplane.
Bye-bye.
Probably save her from the flames, Midge. If anything, he just sent her back to the Outlands for some time and save her from this nasty flames.
He's going to look down to Midge and say, "Don't worry, Midge. We'll get the venom of that spider for you. Just as soon as all this flames and fires disappear. I'm sure it'll be soon now. It's been, I don't know, a couple of seconds. I mean, how much webbing do you think there really is here?"
It's the Underdark. It's nothing but webbing.
It'll burn out, I'm sure. It'll burn out. Don't worry.
And she sack taps him.
It's crying.
Very well.
Is that an Underdark?
And so, there, she's out of her turn, but she can do that on her turn. Cyril, what else would you like to do?
That is my turn up. That's my action, bonus action.
All right.
And I have some necrotic damage to take.
Yes, you do.
It's not a free action, huh?
So for context, it's not a free action, no. Yes, and for context, for those of you asking why is Cyril taking necrotic damage, well, we had a Wishmas event in our Legendmaker.game server and in Discord, and he made a wish, and he got himself an imaginary staff and some wish stress as a result of that wish. So
Quite problematic when I have such a heavy armor on, but alas.
I wonder how are you gonna even drop that imaginary staff, because if you forget where you've put it, you can't find it again. You can't see it. How are you gonna even ever open that hand?
I can see it.
No one can see it. Not even you.
No one can. Per your description.
It's imperceptible. So if you drop it, you gotta make sure you drop it in a place you know exactly where it is. Fun times. got a whole logistic. It's like Wonder Woman in her invisible jet. You gotta remember where she parked it, or she will never find it again. All right. So next one is the Drider, and the Drider, if I remember correctly, was having some fun here with Drazov. And Creek, what is Creek doing in the? Oh, Creek, you moved to the other map. You are with the ruins.
I was wondering while I was watching the sack tapping.
Yes, indeed. Let me take you out of that map. You are there at the edge because you moved out. Okay. All right. So let's go back to the previous chamber where Creek and Drazov are having some more fiery fun with a Drider. And the Drider is currently in disadvantage. Drazov, you holding concentration, Creek's holding concentration, and the Drazov is currently in his ooze-like form, but the Drider doesn't know any better and is just going to attack you. So here he comes. That's a dirty 20 to hit you, Drazov, and a 25.
What kind of attack is this?
It's a long sword attack.
Okay, as that's coming in, he waves his hand, says, "Delights," and his AC is now 19. He said it was a dirty 20, so that's still a hit.
All right.
And is the longsword magical?
They hit, but they do not hurt. As the Drider hits you twice, you've realized that the sword they are using is not magical. No. They have another sword on the other hand. Maybe that one was magical. And
you have to do better than that, my friend.
You probably will. And that's the end of their turn. Where is their... yeah, 3 attacks. No, there's a third one. And he attacks with the other one, and that's a 25, and that one is magical. For 9 points of slashing damage. And you gotta roll a concentration check, Drazov.
Yep. Concentration check with advantage.
Very well. You're still concentrating on that vortex. All right.
Nice.
And that's the end of the Drider's turn, and we go back to the itsy bitsy spider, the itsy bitsy ruin spider, who is banished, and just got banished, and there's nothing she can do about it. So, Drazov, what would you like to do?
All right. Well, first off, just to be clear, this tunnel up here is the one that leads into the next room.
Correct. Yes.
He's going to, after taking that little hit, he's going to say, "No, that was a little bit better. Here, let me show you how it's done." And points his staff at the Drider, shouts, and lightning shoots out from the staff, blasting it for... Let me find where that actually is on the list. You get to make a DC 21 dex save.
All right. For a lightning bolt. Very well. And they failed and take 31 points of damage.
Very nice. And is it dead?
No,
By any chance?
it's in bad shape, but it's
Yeah.
not dead. I mean, the hair is on fire. The fur on its body is on fire. It's smoking, and it still looked like a vision from a horror movie coming from the flames with the two long swords, one on each hand, anger in its fiery, ready eyes, and looking at you with vengeance in its eyes.
And with that, I bid you a fond farewell. And he misty steps 30 feet.
Very well.
Just,
And what else would you like to do, Drazov?
then he's gonna run another 30 feet into the next room.
Very well. Oh, and that reminds me. I was giving you guys some fire damage for starting your turns in the fire. And that was, let me go back here just to refresh my memory. I think was, if I'm not mistaken, was 3d8. No, it was 4d10. All right. So that is 17 points of fire damage on Cyril. 23 points of fire damage on Drazov. The good news is that you guys now have fire resistance thanks to the wish Creek did on Wishmas, and got you guys some fire resistance. And so you only take half of that. I guess fire resistance is kind of a requirement when you are dealing with an arsonist like Cyril. And
Raise out the one with the head on
Lifting
fire.
arsonist.
and
Yeah, but my fire doesn't spread.
That is true.
That's hearsay. This room would say otherwise.
Hey Cyril, just a heads up. You may want to import your character into this in character chat because your healing potion showed up in the gods versus the gods campaign.
Oh.
Just a heads up.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
all right. So,
Just real quick, the since those are odd numbers for the fire damage, so when we do the
Yeah.
resistance, we round up, right?
round up, yes. And let me bring you to the next map. And you also got to roll a concentration check for that. And Cyril, you also got to roll a concentration check. DC stand for both of you, so it should be easy enough. All right.
Ooh, that's not what I wanted.
Yep. All good.
Very well. Drazov, you arrive at the other room that is still on fire. And you see Cyril, you don't see the spider. Berenice still standing there with her whip, flying mid-air, ready to attack you guys. And that's the end of your turn, I assume?
Yes.
All right.
When he sees the devil there, Berenice, he says, she made it out of the void. Disappointing. Oh, it has to calibrate for that.
And Midge, you are next as the Berenice looks at all of you as she's not afraid of fighting you guys. I mean, she's seen some scary things in her lifetime.
Okay. Well, first thing she will do is awaken the spores around her, symbiotic entity.
All right.
So I get
Let me put the
80
little
temporary HP, and then I get my little halo.
stand
Well,
for
I'm gonna throw the halo.
infiltrated.
I'm gonna throw the halo at her. So
Okay.
Don't put it around her. Go ahead, and if you want to put the square, as my bonus action, I'll move the halo. And that is a 10-foot cube. So I'll just put it right on top of her.
Okay.
Yep, I can do that.
Just give me one second because I think I have a fancy one now.
But my
It's a cube, right?
yes, a 10-foot cube,
Okay.
and this goes up to 93.
Okay, for lack of a for lack of a square one, I'm just gonna give you the
That's fine.
round one, but you know it's a square. That's fine.
Yeah, Legend. I think I figured out what the current campaign. All of our rolls are going into the Gods campaign.
Okay.
It's not
All right.
going into Friday, but you can fix it when I'm just giving you a heads up.
Yeah, appreciate.
Okay, so with that, she'll need to do a DC 19 con save, please.
Okay. Done. All right. And on DC 15, you said
19.
19.
save.
All right. And that's against poison, right? Or necrotic?
Yes. No,
Okay.
no, that's necrotic. It's
That's necrotic. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So she passed.
She did. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just me, or is the music getting cut off to you guys as well?
It is getting cut off.
Yeah. I thought
It
was
is getting cut off? Okay, let me switch the track, because to me it keeps just getting cut off over and over and over, and I didn't know. Yeah, roll 20 is not helping today.
And I need to take fire damage.
Yes.
And I will continue to hide under.
That's 19 points of fire
Zero
damage,
save.
which you take 10.
So for 10.
Yes. You've added your 8 temporary hit points to the token already?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it should be a 183.
All right, let me give you control of that cloud so you can do as you wish with its location. All right, done.
Let's see. I think, yeah, she'll just stay hiding underneath Cyril.
Okay.
Protection.
Okay. And
I think she realizes, yeah, that everything's on fire. So there's nowhere she can go.
very well. And well, before we start your turn, Creek, let me put my little elevator music here, because I gotta fix my jump gate Roll20 super fancy technology they're using that is cracking our soundtrack. So stay with us for a few moments as we are sorting out our technical problems. It's quite a peaceful song. It's a good contrast with all that fire you have in the background.
Or I can start playing Through the Fire and the Flames.
You know, I look at all this fire and I remember that Cyril was Cyril, right? Who wanted to go to the Nine Hells. I wonder if he decided to bring the Nine Hells to him, and that's why he just scorched everything in this dungeon. All right.
That would have been my wish. I wish I had more chance to see fire like this.
Very well. More chances to burn more things. Okay. Okay. Let's see if this song works now. If it starts to cut off for you guys, just let me know. All right. Okay. To me, it seems to be flowing now. All right. And with that, Creek, let's go back to the room where you and the Drider are becoming friends, I guess. Getting to know each other better. What would you like to do, Creek?
Alright, as a bonus action, I'm going to use unsettling words, and I look at the Strider. Actually, before I do that, I can let go of Landrew, and I tell him, alright, don't go into that room. Keep away from the vortex, Landrew. You should be fine, since I'm protecting you from the fire.
Okay, and both of you take 12 points of fire damage, accounting for your resistance.
And let's see here. And then I still have Tensor's Transformation on, so that's a 27. So that's still... I'm still concentrating.
Okay. And you said to Landrew to go where? I think you can move his token, by the way. All of you can move his token.
As a free action, I'm going to put him right over to here. It says, get away from the fire. And, like, just don't go into the room over there. Again, since that black hole's still probably over there.
Okay.
But he should find a safe place away from this fire. Unless he has something that he can...
He can fly up... Can fly up 60 feet and try and stay as far away from the flames as possible. He's a piece of gem, though, so it's not like fire does a lot of damage to him.
And now he's resistant.
And now he's resistant, yes.
And I'm going to walk up to this Drider, and as a bonus action, I'm like, there's a saying I have not used in my hundreds of years. Let me just think if I remember the dialect for it. And Creek thinks for a second. He says, I was seeking for a fool, but then I found you. Pray you stand farther from me. You scullion, you rampillion, you fustelarian. There's no more faith in you than a stewed prune. You are the most degenerate trainer I've met, you busy meddling fiend. Vile fiend and shameless courtesian. Not worth a gooseberry. And that's my unsettling words.
Wow, you are so hurtful. Wow, that was really hurtful. I don't think I've not even my sergeant has ever cursed me this bad. Wow.
And now your tongue will freeze in place. And as an action, I'm going to use my paralyzing touch, as my finger just puts it right to their thorax.
Let me put a con... First, let me do that con save. It failed a con save.
Oh, okay, with the -6. Okay, so let me do the attack first, because I have to do a spell attack.
Yeah.
Does a 16 hit?
It does not.
I use my inspiration.
Okay.
Does a 26 hit?
It does.
Alright, it's gonna take...
You gotta pass a DC 15 con save, right?
It should be 20. I don't know why it's not using my charisma. Just like with imprisonment. When I had to customize my imprisonment, it doesn't allow me to customize my paralyzing touch to my charisma spellcast modifier.
Oh, that's because I believe each one of them has a predetermined ability, no?
Well, same thing with imprisonment. It was predetermined for intelligence, but you and I managed to denote it in the notes. Or customize it to my charisma base.
Right.
I remember that when we first started.
No, I understand. Okay, so then I'll look at... Use your spell DC. What is your spell DC?
20, and they also have a -6 from unsettling words.
Okay, so 20... And the Drider rolled a 23, but -6 from unsettling words. It fails. And it's paralyzed.
18 cold damage.
And just a reminder, a paralyzed target in my games has a speed of 0, cannot speak. On its turn, the target can use an action or a bonus action, not both. The target cannot use their reactions. The target automatically fails strength and dex saves. and checks. Regardless of the creature abilities, magical items, etc., it can only do one attack during its turn. All attacks against the target have advantage. All attack the target makes have disadvantage. Any attack that hits the target is a critical hit if the attacker is within 5 feet of the target. So that is a rewritten paralyzed condition because, because the paralyzed condition is not fun. All right. So, Creek, what else would you like to do?
And that's.
I mean,
all can do.
you're making some dried barbecue now because you just pretty much just leave it in the oven and let it cook for another 40 minutes, and ding, it's gonna be ready.
And then it can make that saving throw at the end of its turn.
Yes. And is that the end of your turn?
Creek will try to move like right here because it seems like the least fire, even though there's fire everywhere. He's gonna try to stand in the place next to the Drider where there's less fire.
Okay. And let's go back to the other chamber where our party is currently facing an Erinese who is going to attempt to smack them. Oops. I put them... accidentally put you guys back in there. Alright. Okay. So with that, Erinese is going to...
It needs to do that con save.
Again, right?
At the
Yeah.
beginning of the turn. Yeah.
What is the DC again?
19.
It passed.
Okay.
And it will fly down and...
Doesn't it also need to take
know,
that
not-
fire damage?
You know what? This is an Erinese. This is a strategist fiend. She's not gonna fly down. She's not stupid. She is going to fly up, use her longbow, get away from the fire, strategically position herself within range about there. Yes. And she is going to shoot down the ones that look weaker first. So, she looks at all of you. Well, all of you look skeletic, so I don't know which one looks the hungriest. Let's put. She's going to. Well, Cyril has a big armor, so she's going to try and attempt to shoot Midge. So. Here goes, Midge. Is you're the tiniest one.
Does she have disadvantage if Midge is hidden underneath me?
Midge has half cover now from your legs, so she has a +2 to her AC effectively.
Nice.
So here comes 3 attacks with the longbow towards you, Midge. So that's a dirty 20, a 14, and a 15. Is Midge with us?
I think Midge is AFK at the moment.
Okay. Oh, what a timing! What a timing! Now that's a good tactic. Hey guys, I'm just gonna go to the bathroom while this villain is aiming at my forehead. All right. So let me check. Midge currently AC is 18, but with the +2 from AC, she's currently at 20. Thanks to the cover, the 20 will hit. This is a magical attack. She will take 5 points of piercing damage. She won't take poison because she's immune to it, and that's it. After that, Erinese can she use a? Does she have a fun thing? She does not have a fun thing, and she ends her turn there. And we're back at Cyril. Cyril, what would you like to do? Besides, of course, taking some 4d10 fire damage. Oh no! Wait, no. I have my notes here. I told you guys the fire was going to last for 2 more rounds, and this is the end of that round. What just happened?
Amazing.
Oh, no more slow cooking that drider.
You guys seeing like a big white thing on the screen?
Yep.
It's a beautiful light.
Wow.
Are we dead?
Okay. No, something just glitched big time here. Wow. Okay. Just big white squares suddenly appear. All right. Okay. So there you go. It seems that the fire finally is put out. And there's still fire in the room, but not enough to give you guys damage at this point. Now it's more smoke everywhere. So, Cyril, what would you like to do?
I mean, the fire is out, so I think a fireball would be fitting. But alas,
Oh no! We don't have enough fire now.
how high up is she now? Did you say she's gone up another 60, another 30? She's only 30 up. I am going to cast. I'm going to cast Magic Missile at level 5.
Okay.
74 plus 7. So that is 20 points of force damage. I'm going to move up my... Come on, load up. Move up by 20 feet.
What is that 74? Remind me.
It's spiritual. Oh, sorry, not spiritual. It's magic missile.
Okay.
Level 5.
Okay.
So
And by the way, did you take your necrotic points of damage, both you and Creek, from the last spells?
Yep.
What spells did I cast?
You didn't cast, right? Unsettling words? That was that's a bardic. Yes, never mind. So it was unsettling word and paralyzing touch, so you didn't cast any spell. But Cyril did a banishment, 4th level, so you have 4d10.
Yeah, I rolled them and took it.
Ah, okay.
So I did yeah.
You applied already?
I haven't. Yeah, I haven't applied for this turn just yet.
Okay. What is your current HP? It's 101. Okay, that's the difference between us. Okay.
Legend. Sorry,
yeah.
I did have to step away. How much damage did I take last?
Your token is at 178.
178. Okay.
Yes.
Math here.
And Cyril, you were at 123?
Yep.
Okay. All right. 74. Go ahead, Cyril. Describe your turn.
So 74 plus 7, so 20 force damage.
Excellent.
And, I'm going to move a little closer and just say, now that I can see what's going on, you're dead meat. Oh wait, is the would she not have to do a strength check with the vortex still going on if she's past this line?
She's not. Oh yeah, she is close enough.
Yeah, she's past the chalk.
All right.
That's the line right there. Yeah.
Yeah, that is true.
DC 21.
DC 21 strength check.
I would love if she fails and she just goes zoop.
Well, isn't that like Wall of Thorns still in there? She just keep pulled against that.
Yeah, the Wall of Thorns is still there too.
She passed. She passed.
Oh.
All right.
Damn.
So Cyril, you hit her with all those magic missiles. Describe how your magic missiles look like to us.
Ironically, they're little cogs lit ablaze, you know, as bright as the cave once was but a moment ago, reminiscing the chaos that goes on in Cyril's mind that's slowly turning madder and madder, it seems.
Very well. And and as they fly in random directions, apparently, until they converge all on her midair, she realizes she needs to target you next, Cyril.
That's alright. I can take that. And that is me done. I'm just gonna roll my 48. And that is... Oh, I rolled 27. Jesus. Sorry, that was meant to be a 58. I did that level 5. Apologies.
All right.
So that is 29 points of necrotic.
Very well.
That's me done. That's me done.
Very well. And what is happening with my sounds? Can you guys hear the soundtrack? Not anymore.
I cannot.
No.
Okay, let's try reset this again. Can you hear now? It's cutting off.
I can hear it.
Still cutting off
No,
to
it
you
sounds
guys?
fine.
I heard it.
Sounds fine?
It sounds fine for me. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
But I have it turned down though, but I can still hear it.
okay. Okay. All right.
It's the guitar, right? The
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just that to
Sounds
me
fine to
keeps
me.
cutting off. I don't know if whatever is going on. I know that Discord was having issues, and there's some cyber attacks now at the end of the year. So there's a bunch of websites having issues. So I don't know if this.
refreshed it, so I can hear it now.
Okay, great. Let's hope our audience is hearing as well, and Roll20 is not just breaking. All right. So with that, it's now. So Cyril, that's the end of your turn, I assume.
Yep.
All right. It's now the Drider's turn. The Drider's paralyzed, so the only thing the Drider is gonna do is a save. There's only Creek in that room now with the Drider and Landro. And let me remove that fire from there, because after all, the fire is gone at this point. Let's hope it doesn't go white again. Yeah, it did. Whatever the hell that is. It's a good thing that we are recording so that Roll20 can see the bug in real time and fix it, hopefully. All right, so Landro is going to move this way. Now it's safer, and he can just go back to his hovering 5 feet above the ground. And the Drider is going to roll its con save. And it fails, and it's still paralyzed. And it's just looking at you as there's still smoke coming out of its body. There's not a single hair in this Drider's body. And on that note, the Itsy Bitsy Ruining Spider is still banished. Drazov, anything you would like to do?
Yeah. Let me check the range real quick. Actually, can you take us back to that other room real quick?
All right.
All right. So as a bonus action, his manifest mind is going to fly over to the to the Drider, and in the other room where Drazel's physical body is, he reaches out his hand, just out into the air, says, "Imperamus." And as he does this in this room, his awakened mind, just a reminder, appears as like a spectral book, sort of opens up its pages and flattens against the Drider's skin, or against the Drider's body, and he is casting Vampiric Touch. You see sort of like dark energies ooze out from where it not quite touches, but appears to be touching the Drider's body. And he is casting at 5th level. Find that.
Very well.
And yeah, it's got it. Well, it doesn't really get to make any saves because it's all
All right.
dead and whatnot.
Yeah, it's paralyzed.
Oh, wait, no, sorry. Actually, yeah, no, he's gonna do it. Yeah, okay. Well, but that does end Drazolf's concentration on the void. The void is now gone.
Okay.
The void just winks out of existence in the other room.
Okay. And
you're now concentrating on vampiric touch.
and that is 14 points of necrotic damage on the Drider. And Drazov, you heal for 7. Back in the other room. Let me put here.
And he's just gonna move. There.
All right, and the vortex disappear, and you're no longer concentrating.
No, I am concentrating, but now I'm concentrating on vampiric touch.
Okay. Very well. And very well. And with that, is that the end of your turn, Drazov?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay. Midge, what would you like to do?
Bonus action, I'll go ahead and bring my my spores back to myself. So that's the 10-foot aura around.
Okay.
And then I will move. Move 21 feet. Move to about here. That works. She'll move forward and reach out her hand and cast Blight at 5th level.
All right.
51 necrotic damage. DC 19 con save.
That creature passes and takes half of that, 26.
I'll take it. So that was 20 movement. And like a wuss, she will move back between and hide behind Cyril.
Very well. And that's the end of your turn, Midge.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you moving your cloud?
You want me to? Well, no. The cloud is now a halo around her.
Oh, okay. Never mind, I missed that.
So the cloud is gone. Yeah, that was my bonus action. Yeah, and then that's gone.
All right.
Cool.
Okay.
That'll be all.
Very well. And we're back to Creek. Creek, what would you like to do?
Perfect. And she's still paralyzed, right?
Yes, very well. Very much.
Alright, well, since she's paralyzed and I'm still in Tensor's transformation, let me just denote what turn that is. I've got like 4 more turns with that. I'm going to take out the short sword and I'm going to attack her twice.
Okay.
I know I get advantage, and then if I successfully hit a paralyzed creature, they take a critical, correct?
Yes. Within 5 feet.
Right. And then I also do an extra 2d12 because of Tensor's transformation. Oh my gosh.
It's an auto crit. It's an auto crit.
I rolled a 2 and a 1. I don't think a 13 hits.
Well, if you roll a nat 1, that's the only way you're gonna miss. The rest will hit. Yes.
Oh, so a 13 will hit. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So that's gonna take... Let me roll the damage twice. So that's 19 magical piercing, and then from Tensor's 4d12, because it's crit. 25 force on top of that for the first attack, so 36 damage.
describe your attack to us.
Creek's still enveloped in shadows. He takes out his short sword, which also envelops in shadow. And to the paralyzed creature, he just taps right at their stomach and says, "Disappear." And all that force goes right into them to make them disappear and explode.
All right. Okay, and with that, that rider does explodes, and it has only the half of the top bottom of its body as a spider, and that gooish green and white goo just falls off of the bottom half. As the top half, you see blood and bits of spider spread everywhere across the place, and that's the end of that rider. And with that,
I'll move 30 feet afterwards to go back into the cave. So I'll be right here, and I'll say, "Landra, are you ready to go? I know there's some more doors that we need to open. Please."
and Lendro replies to you. Where's my Lendro? There he is.
Interesting. Are you studying internal anatomy of creatures? It seems you have a little bit on yourself.
It was unintentional from the force damage. But if you need a study, feel free to take a piece of the anatomy.
I already know everything there is to know about Drider's anatomy. I'm looking for a more secretive type of knowledge.
Well, when we go meet Miska, we'll definitely get more secrets.
I thought we were going to meet
Yeah, we're not meeting Miska.
that spider queen.
That's right! We're meeting Wolf!
Didn't
Spider
you do
Queen.
this last week? Didn't you do this last time too?
I did. I made a prayer to Miska. Yes, that's right. I mistook the gods. Yes, thank you, Landry. I'm glad you and I are working together. My knowledge is not as what's it called, filed correctly as you have it.
Is it common for liches to have memory issues? Is it because your brain is decaying inside your skull?
Who knows? Vokar seems to have problems with his memory. I guess that's one of the drawbacks of being a lich. But while I'm still able, let's keep going.
Any drawbacks in being a lich?
Creek thinks for a second. Well, one, I gave up my humanity to become an undead. Two, you can't truly die unless your Phylacterine soul is destroyed too. And three, you're technically an undead, so many clerics and many spells that affect the undead can affect you, and normal healing spells can't work. But there's a lot of strengths to it as well. Many types of damage, magical, non-magical damage. Few things really.
When your
Almost like
body
vampires.
rejuvenates, do you carry your terrible memory with you, or is that reset as you get a fresh new brain? So for, let's say, a week, it's still within the expiration date, and your memory is still working, and then if it passes a week, it starts to go sour.
I remember how when I die each time, I'll say, when I'm rejuvenating, it's almost like cosmically, my soul is just on like a slide or just a journey, and I'm just waiting for my body to my soul naturally to go back to a physical point. I do remember when I die, but just because of the hundreds of years I've been alive, can be difficult to sort which memories I have still.
Interesting. So you have memory that is carried over with your soul, and memory that is carried over with your physical body, and they seem to cross wires. Lich anatomy is so intriguing.
Well, pray tell you never have to become one. I did this for my friends. That's the only reason why I'm still alive today. I mean, unalive today.
Well, it seems that my consciousness has found a much superior way of becoming immortal by by staying inside of a gem that does not require much except feeding itself with knowledge in order to survive. I have to sacrifice much less than you guys did. So I guess sometimes having a superior intellect to start with may make a significant difference in the setup for your immortality.
And I'm gonna whisper this part to Landro as before we catch up with the others. Says, "Well, that may be your purpose for what you're doing, but I know once the Whispered One's been destroyed, I can't wait to lay rest with my friends and stop living."
Is that where we are going next? To destroy the Whisper One? I'm sure he has a lot of knowledge, as he is the god of secrets that might interest me.
He's the end goal. It's not the direct route. Maybe, and this is an exaggeration, Landro, probably have 10 to 20 different things we need to do first before we even get to him.
And as Landro and Creek are approaching you, you guys can hear the sounds of their conversation. As Landro says,
"Are you afraid of Vecna? Is that why you've been avoiding and procrastinating the task of defeating him?"
No, not with procrastination. I'm sure you would agree that to make things have the least amount of casualties and cost, you want to prepare and grab all the items and people you need. That way you have the most efficient way to deal with someone without while minimizing damages to yourself.
I'm surprised to know that you know the meaning of the word efficiency, given how you approach your current situation. Indeed, intriguing creatures, full of complexities, the liches.
Well, when you go around with me, you talk to all sorts of people. Especially since when I visited over in Mechanus at once and over there at a pub, you meet a lot of Modrons who seem to use quite technical terms to explain themselves and their world.
and Creek, as you approach, you guys see Berenice look that she's outnumbered. She's clearly wounded. She's outmatched. She has less firepower with that longbow. She shot Midge. The longbow barely scrapped her fungus, and as such, she reverse summons herself by taking her longsword and stabbing herself and in the guts. And by doing that, her whole body in mid-air turned to flames, and she's sent back to the Nine Hells like a good fiend. And with that, you guys are out of initiative.
Fantastic.
Wait, don't
Mitch is gonna
isn't that
turn around.
spider still banished?
Yes,
And-
very much. For a few more seconds.
Mitch is going to turn around, run up to Creek,
Oh, you saved something for me.
and start scooping some of the dried her guts into a little vial.
Her top half is disappeared now, but yeah, feel free to take some or go back there if you need any more, Mitch. I made sure to save the bottom half, the fun part.
Oh, and when the void ended, there was the faint sound of any magical items that were held on those creatures just clattering to the ground in a pile.
Then there was
Zero's going.
then there was no sound.
Oh, okay.
None of those creatures were carrying. The only creature carrying a magical item just stepped itself out of this room.
Darn it.
She had a rope of entanglement or a whip of entanglement in a way. And as you guys advance, there's still that wall of thorns there. Cyril,
I'm looking at it. Is it gonna
That last
be?
board?
Yeah, when's the last?
I thought that got burnt down, no?
it's a magical thing. So Cyril, eventually 1 minute passes, and whatever plane of existence you sent the itsy bitsy ruin spider, it stay there because the banishment duration ends and the creature
I'll
stays.
drop concentration. That was concentration. I didn't realize it. So I should have been rolling concentration, but I'll drop concentration for the one.
All right, you didn't take a lot of damage anyway.
No.
I'm also no longer concentrating because Vampiric Touch has ended by this point.
Very well.
And let me do my Tensor's Transformation con save.
Are you
which
keeping
I
that?
passed well, it's already been like 4 more turns and it would have been done, but that's just to make sure I don't suffer exhaustion or anything.
Okay. Now I should mention in this room, despite the battle map, there's nothing else. No more furniture, no more crates. There's only charcoal where you see those things.
Okay.
Well, not even charcoal, because charcoal would have been sucked into the void.
Yes, very well.
Yeah.
Yes, pretty much.
Anything non-magical, right? So is there anything magical we see?
No.
Midge is going to start creeping forward then.
I look to the others. You guys, should we even rest first, or should we keep going? We look a little charred.
Cyril's gonna go. I mean, I wouldn't mind a rest. This armor is quite heavy, and I mean, as you can tell, my muscles aren't what they used to be. Maybe a quick hour rest.
Yeah,
Well,
so I could do with it.
Comes around the corner.
Oh,
Or an
It just
8-day
goes in
rest
a
would also
circle.
be fantastic.
Is this a sane military strategy to announce that you are an invader and then wait for an hour to see if the defenses catch up with you?
Yes.
Well,
It's about-
I'm not versed in Lich strategy, but it does seem quite counterintuitive compared to the other war and military strategies that are loaded in my database.
Well, sometimes the random variables people cannot plan for.
Isn't, however, your own constitution something that is not quite random as you are familiar with it for hundreds of years?
Well, I mean, if your records say that we should not wait, maybe we keep going. What do we think?
I think that I have been quite badly burned, and I would like to recuperate a little bit, just for a moment. And I would like to take notes on the effects of my spell.
Am I correct to assess, Trezov, that you only like the type of fire that does not burn to use as accessory or decoration to your aesthetics?
I would very much like for that to be the only kind of fire that is on me. I do not like being on regular fire. It is itchy and unpleasant.
Well,
I
hopefully you
see.
guys like the resistance.
A lot of nuances to being a lich.
A lot of nuances for everyone, for almost anything. Fire is a pain in the butt.
It is a pain everywhere.
Yeah, how else am I supposed to keep my clothes looking nice? Well, not as nice as Ronaldo's. It does have a few tears, but hey, it has character and stories to it.
Well, and on that note, as you all take a short rest, let's give our audience a chance to play today's Who's That Demon Lord? Yay! As we all take a short 10 max 15 minutes break, and we'll be right back, everybody. Everybody back?
I made it.
Yeah. All right. Cyril, you there? Haven't heard Cyril. Okay, great. Have you guys figured out who is the Demon Lord?
It's that null guy, right?
It's the no guy. Do you remember his name?
I do not.
Well, if you say the null guy in the right circles, they might know who you're talking about. So it is Yonogu,
Oh, how could I forget?
which is probably the abyssal for no guy.
More or less.
Yeah, it seems about right. It's no guy. It seems there. All right. So
He's the new guy. He walked in. They're like, oh look, it's the new guy.
and all right. So I assume you guys applied a short rest to your character sheets.
I did that song, a short rest for the extra D12.
Very well. And
Oh, and also I'm no longer in form.
oh yes, that is true. Also, that those spores have gone away, right, Midge?
The spores are gone also. Yep, that lasts
Alright.
for 10 minutes.
Okay, please update your tokens to your current HP now in your character sheets, and let's get this party moving. Alright, it seems the only exit out of this place is through this hallway, where you can see a scorched, unfortunate corpse there. Let me see if
Start walking.
let me see if my
Oh,
sounds
also,
are working out. Yeah.
Drazulf, as a ritual, summon his familiar back. Both the familiar and the manifest mind are following him, but we don't need tokens for those until we actually in combat.
Okay.
To make it
Okay. Remind me when was the last time we saw your familiar?
He got incinerated in like the first room where Cyril burned everything.
Okay.
So,
Well,
like, 2 rooms.
I guess he does not like Cyril.
No. No. In fact,
in line,
when
buddy.
he gets summoned back, he makes a lot of very, very unpleasant gestures and speaking in abyssal, a lot of very unpleasant says very rude. He says some very rude things and makes to march off towards Cyril, and Drazul tells him, I really would not recommend that. You will only be burned again if you do what you are thinking of doing. And in a huff, he just turns himself into a bat and turns himself invisible.
As a before we continue, I'm going to continue with Dre's. I'll say, like, I have just the perfect song for you, Cyril. I made this just for you. And I'm going to bardic inspire Cyril.
All right.
And I start playing like some music. You just like hear this like do 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 do, like some like Wishmas theme, and all of a sudden you just hear Creek saying, "Last Wishmas, you gave me a wish, but the very next day I used it today. This time to save me from fire, I'll give us some resistance." And then he, like, as you hear the more instrumentals, here he goes a little bit more. He says, "Once ablaze and twice burned. I keep my distance, but you still light my eyes. Tell me, Cyril, do you recognize this? Well, you've burned me twice. It doesn't surprise me."
Seems to
Yay!
our
You
audience,
get bardic-
our live
Yeah,
audience,
bardic-
our live audience has really enjoyed.
I'll give Cyril bardic inspiration, so you get a D12. That's-
Thank you.
I'm singing about you burning everything.
I appreciate you. As Drazov said, we now need a "we didn't start the fire" parody of Cyril didn't start the fire. I think that's the next goal.
All right. So
we didn't start the fire. It was always Cyril.
all right, let me bring you to the next room as Landro manages to open the door for you once again. The massive rock doors open in front of you with one of his other prayers, and you guys reach what seems to be another holy. This time, oh, look at this. After walking for maybe about a minute, you found a place. There's still webs that have not been burned. I wonder how long that's gonna last. And yes, it seems that you guys you can already sense that this place, there's got to be some sort of spider here, because you can see the amount of webs. And eventually, as the thought just crossed your mind, you do hear something talking to all of you telepathically. And she says,
This invasion of yours ends now. My queen's too busy to have to deal with trespassers. I will make sure this is the end of the road for all of you.
and whoever's saying that telepathically to you, suddenly you just hear this tremor as the whole room starts to shake. Seems like some sort of massive explosion is taking place, and it's coming from the north. It's coming from that region, but while the hallway is leading here, and it seems to be coming from underneath, but coming from underneath in that direction. What would you guys like to do?
Continue on.
Yes, Cyril, I think you should lead the way. And maybe give us a heads up if you're going to be starting any more fires in this place.
And Cyril's gonna look over to Drazov and say, I mean, I can lead the way. You can stay behind me, but I'm very slow, so we might be here another hour or so. As he crawls past everyone.
I say to Cyril, torch your new path for us. We'll be right behind you, away from the blast zone.
And he's going to turn around and be like, no, I'm a new man. No more torching. Drazov, keep that fire away from the webs.
Yes, of course. And he pulls his hood up over his head, so his flame is no longer visible.
People just fall after Cyril. You just almost hear like a Monty Python. Brave Sir Cyril traveled the way through the webs and through the pain. No more fire in his heart. It's just like a ridiculous poem right behind Cyril. And you just hear this ditty like do 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 do.
Brave, Sir Cyril.
He lights up the way, but not anymore. He's a changed lich. Once more.
Come on, Drazov. Come on, Midge. Don't get left behind.
Don't get left behind, he says, as he travels and traverses
And as you start to approach the corner ahead of you, can you see that, Cyril? Let me see if you can see that.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yes, you can.
Gosh.
You can see the legs on the top of there as you see this massive spider. It's probably about 40 feet high up in the air, hanging on webs. And as you realize that it's just there, and as you approach, it's almost preparing to jump on you.
I mean, I can prepare all it like, so it's going to take me another 40 minutes to get there. Come on, gang. Careful of the spider.
Cyril, and I'm like touching up to him. I don't think that's an itsy bitsy spider. Are you sure you want to keep going forward?
I mean, I'm sure Midge would love to extract some venom from it, so...
You are not welcome
Wouldn't you?
here, and you will regret this visit. I have warned you, but I also have my spiderlings to feed.
Well, I'm not high in nutrients, so we're not good to be fed. Maybe we can figure something else out for you.
And as you approach, you've noticed the spider crawling down the web towards you, as the web can barely handle the weight of this massive creature. And you look up and you just see this is not your ordinary spider. You can roll nature.
Voice mod is still on.
Oh.
Sorry.
Sorry.
You can
I like
roll
the
nature.
idea that the spider is just narrating its own.
As you see this massive creature coming down, you've realized you are dealing with something much bigger. As you see she's hanging in this enormous web that just stretches across the cavern's center. Its strands plastered over stalagmites and stalactites, crawling on the web. This gigantic spider creature. Near that creature, you see the enveloped body of a one-eye creature that resembles melting wax. And as the spider approaches, you can all click on your tokens and roll initiative again. Because fun never ends.
Great.
Not giving me a
Fantastic.
Man, Miska looks so different.
That's not Misk.
Good lord. I was about to correct you.
That is seriously gonna get us all of us wiped out.
I hope I don't get a kill about it.
Is the music cutting off for you guys as well, or is just for me?
No, it sounds great for me.
All right. It's
Yep, working fine for me.
oh boy,
Yeah, it's gone from me.
it's gone for you. Fun times. All right. Before we start this combat, let me refresh my roll 20 for the millionth time. Hopefully, this is the time that it sticks.
In the meantime, what's our game plan, guys?
Well, I got invulnerability. I don't want to take any damage from that thing. Even though the wish stress is going to make me take half my health out. And I'll just slash at it because I can't do much because, you know.
All right.
I mean,
So
we could try talking to it first.
I think
Yeah.
I think after burning the entire cave, killing a few people, and I don't know how well we can talk to it now.
Maybe give it a go.
all right. Let's try this again.
Midge, what are we thinking?
All right. Do I have everybody here?
don't know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kvazel's initiative is also 15.
Okay. Okay. So he acts after you. Okay. So with that, the massive spider in front of you is going to release a web bomb on top of all of you, and it launches this massive web bomb, and everybody there. That's 32. Wow, a 10-foot radius, and everybody near Creek. Creek, Drazov, Cyril, the three of you gotta do a DC 19 Dex saving throw to avoid 3d6 acid damage and a restrained condition until the start of the spider's next turn. And you also take 21 points of bludgeoning damage from the bomb. And as I assume 32 hits all three of you.
Yes, and then you said
I got a
19?
28.
Alright, so that's 21 bludgeoning to start. Creek, you gotta roll a concentration check for that. But let's define how much acid damage you're gonna take on top of that. Aren't you still concentrating on the transformation? No, it's gone now.
That was 10 minutes. I already rolled.
Oh yeah, yes. Alright. Okay. So with that,
I'm assuming this is magical because it's from
absolutely is magical. Is a bomb. Yeah, a magical bomb of web and acid, and that's 9 points of acid damage on top of the 21. Everybody except Creek passed. So Drazov, you take 5. Creek takes 9. Cyril takes 5.
And that I'm taking half damage because of my acid resistance, or because we passed the check?
You taking 5 because you passed the check. You have acid resistance. That's true. So I need to give you 2 back. There you go.
Okay.
All right. So with that, all 3 of you are restrained. No, not all 3, just Creek. It's restrained until the end of the spider's next turn by massive, sticky, disgusting webs. Let me put that web there as you restrained. There you go. And with that, you guys hear that another earthquake coming from underneath you. It's almost, there's something happening there. You were wondering why is that Love was not sending any defenses, or maybe she's busy. Maybe there's something happening, something bigger happening here. Maybe she's moving out with her plan to. Maybe she's digging a bigger hole. Maybe the structure of this cave is gone. Maybe she's not even here. Maybe she left. There's so many possibilities. Anyway, with that, the spider use its bomb attack, and then it will crawl up to the ceiling on the webs, 50 feet up, and yeah. All the way here, 50 feet. And it's 50 feet high. There you go. Drazov, what would you like to do?
Alright, so it looks like it's about 60 feet away from me, if I'm understanding the map correct.
Yes.
Alright, so he's gonna start with Psychic Whisper, which is going to start making a mouth noises, kind of like parcel tongue from those movies. Kind of, I'm guessing this probably isn't going to get picked up by my terrible mic. Okay, it looks like it did pick up. Alright, and let me cast that. Come on. Hold up. Why does that not roll? There we go.
All right.
And it gets to make what is that? An intelligence saving throw.
The DC is 21.
I believe or no, because it counts. Looks like it counts as an attack roll. So with a +9. I'm not sure why it's not rolling that from. That's really weird.
Okay.
No
No
I'm
problem.
just gonna roll a d20. That's
Okay.
19 plus 9, 28.
Okay. That's a Psychic Whisper you're casting?
Yes.
Okay. Did you switch this? Oh, yes, from the Lich Mastery. Never mind. All right. So what is your DC for that? The DC for that is the same as your spell, so it's 21. And a 19 will hit. So it failed. And remind the audience, what does your Psychic Whisper does to a creature?
You whisper psychic disturbances into the minds of others as an action. Target intelligence. You can cause the creature to become stunned for 1 minute. The target can make another intelligence saving throw at the end of its turns, ending on its success. So basically, his whispers turn into vibrations, turn into invisible tendrils that reach into its head, wrap around its brain, and squeeze its mind, and hold it in place. So
all right, very well, and the creature is now paralyzed, correct, or is stunned?
Stunned.
Stunned. Very well.
For 1 minute, but it gets to make
it needs to, yes,
every turn.
All right, and with that, this massive spider now is kind of trembling on the webs above you guys, and seems, Razov, you open a window of opportunity to drop everything you have on this spider. What else would you like to do?
As a bonus action, he's moving his manifest mind 30 feet forward, and he's going to move over here, just a little bit further away.
Very well.
And that is his turn.
And Cyril, what would you like to do?
Oh, real quick. And Kvazil, for his turn, is going to follow Drazel.
All right. And Cyril, what would you like to do?
I'm just curious with the exhaustion from the wish spell. Does that prevent me from casting spell scrolls? Like, let me rephrase. Do I still take the necrotic damage from casting through a spell scroll? So it's not me casting the spell, I'm using the spell scroll to cast it. I feel like I'm gonna have to do a call here. Yeah. Each time you cast a spell until you finish a long rest, per level of that spell. So yes, you take the damage. It's very broad. Still takes damage. Okay. In that case, I won't use my spell. In that case, I'm going to use. Do I have a 6 for this? I don't think I do.
Let me put
I'm going to
put a little black dot on you just to represent the wish stress. I'm gonna do the same with Creek.
Perfect. I'm going to cast level 7 Crown of Stars. So I have 7 motes, I believe.
And that's 7d10 necrotic damage.
Yeah. Which I'll roll now.
Which is 24 points of necrotic damage.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Alright.
24. And as a bonus action, I will shoot one of the motes towards the stone spider.
Very well.
Which is going to be a
You have advantage because it's stunned.
So one's a 22, and yeah, 23 to hit.
That will definitely hit.
And that will do... Come on, big roll, big roll. And 19 points of radiant damage, please.
Very well.
And
The mote explodes on the spider, and you notice something strange. Her carapace seems to absorb some of the heat.
okay. I'm gonna look to the rest of the party and say it seems she has some magical effects that are preventing all of our damage getting through. Be wary with your spells, and let's see what we can do. And I'm just going to move. We're still restrained, aren't we? So it's half. Oh, it's
You are not restrained. You passed the check.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was.
It's just Greek.
Oh, grand. I'm just gonna move over here, and that is me done. Thank you.
Yes,
Very
this
well.
guy telling us to be wary with our spells.
And he looked over and says, "Listen, I'm speaking from experience, am I not?"
Yes, maybe try launching another fireball at it. I think that might actually help this time.
Genius! I know my next plan of opportunity.
Oh,
And Midge, what would you like to do to this beautiful creature?
Yeah, I know. First thing she's gonna do is move up to there.
Oh, you poor little thing. What can I do? How about a little plaything inside your head?
And Midge holds out her. She reaches into her nose and she picks her nose, and a maggot comes out, and then she flicks it 60 feet, and the maggot tries to crawl into the head of the spider. And this will be Krail's maggot. Let's do it at 5th level. So let me VTT it so everyone can see.
All
Oops,
right.
I didn't mean to roll again. Did it show up on VTT?
No.
Nope, it didn't. Okay, hold on. Display on VTT. There it is. Okay.
All right.
So at 5th level, anyway, it's concentration for me. And the
Okay.
maggot burrows in. And I cast it at 5th level, which would be the damage that I did the first time, so 26.
You gotta
necrotic.
roll a spell attack for that, by the way.
Okay. Spell attack. And I'm at advantage on this, right?
Yeah. That has just one thing. That's a melee spell
What?
attack.
Krail's maggot?
It's a
No,
melee
it has
spell attack.
60 foot. No, it's 60 feet. The maggot inside does melee damage at 60-foot range.
Make a melee spell attack against your target within range, and then I put a range of 60 feet. Well, that was... Alright. Make a ranged spell attack against this creature.
Yeah. So
Alright. And the 13 is not gonna hit, but you have advantage.
17.
17 is not gonna hit. Do you have inspiration?
I do not. No.
Does anyone have
Give you
inspiration?
Given anything.
Yeah,
Pardon?
I'll give you mine.
Okay. Thank you. There we go. That'll hit.
Very well. Midge, what part of her body were you aiming for when you put that maggot on her?
The head.
Very well. as this maggot burrows through the head of this spider who's already stunned. Suddenly you see something happening. It's almost as if the spider was, her whole body starts to shake uncontrollably, and in a split second, suddenly you see all the pores of our body starts to exude this acid, like this gooish acid that starts to erode the other parts of our body. It starts to dissolve the spider, and the spider starts to dissolve, and suddenly it stops moving, and you see one of its eyes go just splat all over, and you just hear that eyes exploding out of some sort of internal pressure. You don't know what that means, but there's a big it seems it's carrying a lot of eggs, and that creature just dissolves there, and you see the big bottom of the spider it starts to shake and move, almost as if it was about to hatch. And you think, no, Midge, I think you should roll a nature check.
Okay.
The miracle of life.
13.
Midge, you're pretty certain this spider is about to it's dying to release 1 million spiderlings. So,
fantastic.
But this is not gonna happen. This is not gonna happen in the next second. So you bought this party sometime, as this creature is now dead.
Okay. So the maggot, though. Okay. So the maggot killed it.
The maggot killed it.
But the maggot's not dead.
The maggot's not dead. It's still inside it. It's still inside the body, and in the head, and it seems.
I don't see anything that would allow it to. Yeah, it's just a single target, so I can't move the maggot. Okay, I just was curious. I was just looking at the way it describes it. Okay.
And
bonus action.
You guys are out of initiative for the time being, until the back of the spider bursts into 1 million spiderlings, which will probably be problematic for all of you.
Yeah.
And you guys are out of initiative.
Am I still restrained, or can I get myself unrestrained?
You can get yourself unrestrained because you would be anyway in the next.
Cyril can light it on fire. That'll free you.
Well, I'm already unrestrained. Don't worry. I'm gonna back up.
Fireball.
You might want to burn that.
So should we try
spider.
and race by this thing?
Yeah, I think so.
No, we're not gonna burn this spider because it's gonna catch everything else on fire.
I think we race past this thing.
We do have other options for getting rid of it. We could desiccate them, for example.
We could use sickening radiance or some other spell that affects a lot.
I could use horrid wilting to drain all of the moisture out of all of them at once.
Oh, that's my favorite spell.
Yes, I know. I thought you would like this plan.
Well, maybe the spiders like to dance.
Go ahead. Midge is gonna start sneaking by. I'll go ahead and drop a concentration on the maggot then, since it's already dead.
Okay.
Right, so Drezel's gonna use Abizandum's horrid wilting on the corpse of this spider creature. Let me cast that in.
I'd say maybe.
All right. And you start to dry out, but this is a big body. This is a huge creature. And you dry out some of the water out of this body, but the body's still there, and it seems, Drazov, that by drying the water, you have accelerated the process of hatching, because the back of the spider it starts to shake even more, and starts to shake even more frantically.
But this isn't a single target thing. It's everything within a 30-foot cube.
And well, there's nothing else there except stone for you to.
Right, but I mean, like whatever eggs were in there would also be
the
affected.
spiderlings would be affected as well.
The spiderlings are inside her body at the moment, so I'm affecting her body as her body's giving full cover to them.
There's no cover though. It's everything within that 30-foot cube. Her body and everything, all the contents of her body are still inside that cube. Are they not?
Yeah, it's still. There's still a lot of spiderlings to come out. It's still moving, guys. Even if I don't give them full cover, the outcome is the same.
Come on, people, let's get to the door and move.
I'm gonna dash.
All right.
Just goes over here.
So, it seems that the bar is moving more frantically, and Landra says,
It seems to be the first time that I see all of you on a rush. Is there something particularly peculiar about the current situation that I am missing?
Just open the door!
I know it's the consequences of that spider.
I see. Are you afraid of spider now?
I'm not afraid of spiders. I'm afraid of dealing with the aftermath of the net.
Also, worried about the time constraint that we're currently in, and this conversation is preceding the time of constraint. So let's open the door and do it as we talk, or do it as we walk.
and the ground is moving, and it seems to be coming from behind that door. As you hear Landra saying,
O last weaver of shadows, mistress of the web eternal, guide my steps through the labyrinth of fate. Grant me the cunning to outwit my foes, and the strength to conquer the weak. In your name I embrace the chaos of the abyss, spinning my life into threads of power. Praise be to you, love, ever watching, ever scheming, ever victorious.
and as he says that prayer, once more you hear the sounds of the massive rock doors, and in front of you, as the doors open, you see a stairway going downwards towards darkness. But now they're sounds of battle that seems to be coming from downstairs, and Landra says,
Well, it seems that we finally found an explanation why the defenses of this place are not reactive to you, and why Love has not done anything to you. It seems that she is busy with her own combat and affairs, assuming this is coming from her defenses. There might be someone else here.
Maybe this would be a good time for us to sneak in and try to steal the part of the rod. What do we think?
now is a good time for you to sneak in.
That's
I
right.
mean, she's preoccupied, so...
I wonder if this is one of the other parties. You know, us. Trying to get the rod. I wonder if we're already here.
Well, Cyril
That makes sense.
Cyril did come here to talk to the Spider Queen.
Guys, don't be ridiculous. If there was another Cyril down there, do you really think there'd be all these webs in this room? I really don't think so.
Yes, because my Cyril knows not how to light up a place.
Are you sure?
Yes.
So,
All the times I've been lit on fire is by you.
as
Like a boring guy.
as you are heading downstairs, I must say I have a little surprise for this party. It is indeed the last episode of the year, so let's welcome our guest, our special guest tonight.
Hello, hello.
No! Oh my goodness!
How's everyone?
Oh, wonderful!
And we have our
You sneaky bastard!
It means one thing, one thing only.
Necrolumpa comes back for a special appearance in our episode tonight. Because as you head downstairs, you see this massive throne room as the stairs open to a suspended bridge above a gap that you can't see the end of it. The only thing you see beneath you are webs. However, in front of you, the scene that you see is not what you expected. You see this Lich wizard, which among you only Creek recognizes, fighting the bodyguards of, I kid you not, Miska. Oh no, Creek was right all along!
How is that possible?
Turns out that Creek was right all along. Creek, as you look ahead of you, you see Necrolumpa and Elsie II, her current simulacrum, and you're a bit confused because you thought Cyril's supposed to be here, but it turns out Necrolumpa is here and she's fighting a bunch of bodyguards of this demon spider. And let me try and show you the entire room. This map is huge. And she's currently engulfed in a fight, and of course she looks at you and she's relieved to see all of you arriving. As her and Elsie have been holding the fort, but clearly doesn't seem they were prepared to encounter Miska right here. So on that note, let me ask you all to click on your tokens and roll initiative, as there's not really an invitation for you to join the fight, but also, now that you are here, Miska saw you, and there's also not an invitation for you to leave. The massive doors behind you guys, double doors, just close down. And as you hear the doors shutting down, the gates behind you.
So, Necrolumpa to us is a stranger. So, I would like to roll an insight check, if possible.
Absolutely.
Not quite a stranger, because we encountered her before, or we encountered someone who appeared to be Necrolumpa
Yeah.
from the one from the other timeline who attacked
That is,
us.
Yeah.
That is indeed.
Yeah.
And you have been warned by Volcar that she's very dangerous. So for all you can tell, this is the evil Necrolumpa with a simulacrum fighting on behalf of Vecna Miska, who is on the other side, who is an ally of Cass and also an enemy of Vecna. The only one who recognizes Necrolumpa not to be evil in this party is Creek, who is actually a member of her original party. So for those of you who missed that part, let me give you a little bit of a visual summary again. This is so. Here we have, this is the current Creek in this party, who just met the current Necrolumpa. We have not You also have met in the previous episode the Volcar from this party, who met the Volcar from this party back in the Sanctum. You don't know where the Ronaldos are. Both Ronaldos are missing. You don't know where one of the midges are. You don't know where Cyril are. All you know is that the party of this creek has been spread around to cover more territory and try to get more pieces of the rod. Then there is the wish, thanks to Drazov. Both Vecna accidentally cast a wish, and after the wish, both timelines have merged together. And now the current party we have here in front of you is Drazov, that creek, and these individuals here from this second timeline. And the left-hand horrors, as they call themselves. Creek, by the way, have you remembered what was the name of the original party?
Unfortunately, no. It was so funny.
Okay.
I thought it was the backhand 6 or something. I don't know.
Nope. But I'll keep that. I'll keep that just for fun. And this. And now, the party doesn't know if they encountered the Necrolumpa from their timeline, which is an evil creature, or if they encountered this Necrolumpa from Creek's timeline. Creek, for all you can tell, given what you know, is a 50-50 chance for you as well, except that you knew someone from your party was coming here. So let's call that a 70-30 chance for you that this is the real Necrolumpa from your party.
Didn't we see that?
So that's why I asked if I can roll an insight.
You can roll an insight, but you don't know if this is the Necrolumpa from his party. For all you can tell, this is the Necrolumpa you saw in Eberron.
I just want to roll an insight to try and get an idea of.
Oh, fair enough. Roll an insight.
In general.
Based on what you can see.
Yes, exactly. That's all. Yeah, that's all.
All right.
23.
All right. Based on what you can see, I gotta say, she's engulfed in a fight. You still 50-50.
Okay. I just wanted to roll the die. That's all. That's fair.
And who am I missing here? Necrolumpa.
Oh.
Please click on your token and roll initiative.
Oh, I did roll.
You did roll? You didn't add?
13.
Okay.
13.
Remember,
Yeah,
her rolls don't show up.
Oh yeah, your rolls. Oh, her rolls are showing up. I have a 13 there, but for some reason didn't add to the turn order. And for Elsie the second.
Oh, another one. Okay.
This is the best I've ever heard Necrolumpa over the microphone as well. This is
Oh,
amazing.
really?
Yeah, it's
Oh yeah,
17.
hands down.
The training arc.
You've never been so clear in your life.
I'm glad I prayed
Oh,
for Miska.
All right. So we have a lot of fun creatures here in this initiative. Wait, Miska has advantage on this initiative. Yes. All right. So as usual, we have the Chronomancer going first, even though he's the slowest. Just tells you a little bit about how this party might be a bit sleepy at this point. And Necrolumpa, you're engulfed on a fight. So let's bring a proper fight song here to this party.
Can you bring us back to the fight?
Oh yes. Oh, sorry. I forgot.
I mean, we love your diagrams. Yeah.
Oh, fair enough. But that was not the intent. Was not to leave you there.
Let's see how big this map is.
Yes, this map is huge. So let me describe what you see in front of you, Cyril. There is this half wolf, half spiders that seem to be attacking. This lich in front of you. Then there is another one to the back, right there. Where is it? Right there. There is a massive wolf spider sitting on the throne that clearly looks like some sort of a big deal. You would make a safe guess that's either the Spider Queen, because you never met her before, or Creek was right all along and this is Miska, the wolf spider. And Don't let him. Don't give him the satisfaction. And then you have this evil. You have these evil bird-looking creatures. They're flying up in the air and seem to be also defending the creature on the throne, but are not really engulfed in the fight. They just seem to be browsing as the fight is going. It seems that Necrolumpa is engulfed in a fight, and Elsie is engulfed in a fight with these 4 bodyguards.
Okay. So because Cyril,
This is a massive turn order. Let me.
yeah, Cyril can't really tell who's who. So Cyril, taking what he's learned from the previous rooms, knows spider equals bad, so is going to throw or hurl one of his Crown of Stars motes towards this spider up here.
All right.
That is going to be. Where's my spell? That is going to be a.
So you are taking Vecna's side in this for all you can tell.
Well, I can't tell anything, so all I know is spiders are bad. I don't know if Necrolumpa is the good Necrolumpa or not the good Necrolumpa.
I can't tell anything. All right. Okay. And all right. And a 22 will hit. Yes.
Excellent. And that is going to be for. Wow, some low roll 16 radiant. And you know what, Cyril's actually going to end his turn there. He's going to get a gist of what everyone else is going to do. He's going to look over his shoulder at the others and say, I didn't set anything on fire. Is that good? Please tell me it's good. I can't deal with Midge scolding me anymore.
You did good. I'm glad that wasn't your first option, Cyril. You did good.
Yes.
For now.
Oh boy. And all right. And with that, as a legendary action, Miska is going to get up from her throne, and she is going to howl as she as Miska howls, everybody within 120 feet. So Necrolumpa and Elsie II, both of you gotta do a DC 20 Wisdom saving throw to avoid 2d12's psychic damage. It's 11 points. Very well. You get inspiration. Came back rolling net 20s.
By the way, since Cyril attacked that spider in front of me, do I realize that the attack comes from behind me?
Yes, you do. Well, you saw when they entered.
Okay, so I saw. Okay,
yes,
well,
yes.
I didn't think I saw because you said I was engulfed in the.
You were engulfed in the
combat,
fight, but you're not completely. You've noticed that Creek entered. You saw your party. Elsie saw it. You kind of felt relief as you don't know what they're doing here. You're confused because you thought they were going to different places, but you were relieved to see them because you were outnumbered. And also you heard the massive double doors closing behind them. So as Miska. And
okay, so when I see them, I'll just say, I don't believe it. I missed you guys. Not enough to face this alone. So, mind lending a hand?
Necrolumpa, it has been quite a lot I've learned, and I am so glad to see someone I'm familiar with. So
Who's that guy? Anyway, back to combat. I see you've got a new friend there.
She said that
to Creek. No, not to Creek, the other one. There's one with
the Drazov.
Yeah.
Oh.
I do not know what is going on here, but I do not like it.
I think I failed one of the wisdom saves. You said the wisdom save 20?
Yes, one of them failed. Who failed? Was Necrolumpa or
I
was...
guess so. Let's go with Necrolumpa, because, yeah.
Okay, so Necrolumpa takes...
Oh, no, because, sorry, Elsie was first, right, in the turn?
Okay.
Doesn't matter, sorry.
Alright. Necrolumpa and Elsie takes nothing passing this.
Okay.
Alright. And as Miska releases this, if you're concentrating on a spell, the concentration's broken after that, Hal, if you failed. You were not concentrating on any spell. That little blue dot on you represents the foresight you've cast before the battle. And which, by the way, reminds me, you have advantage on this, but you don't. So that 13 could change. You might want to do that again.
Oh, yeah.
Because
yeah,
of the foresight.
All right.
Very well.
Passed it.
You get your 11 hit points of psychic damage back, and Miska, the wolf spider, is now standing and starts to walk towards the front of the throne here, as it hangs there on that suspended balcony, and says,
"You dare to challenge a demon lord that runs 2 armies of the abyss? I am unkillable in this territory. I am immortal. I have fought much more than just this Lich trolls that Vecna sends my way. There is no chance that you ever leave this place. Your only chance is to bow in servitude to me. Bow towards the legendary demon lord, the master of the battlefield. Miska, the one that leads the hordes of chaos against the forces of law. I am a servant of the Queen of Chaos, and you should just bow. I can smell the desperation in the air. I am the one who found the rod of 7 parts and the true owner of it. Not even the imprisonment that the gods casted on me was enough to keep me. Do you think you are lucky enough to stop me?"
Blah, blah, blah.
I look at
You
Landor.
know, it makes a very compelling point.
I knew it was Miska.
I am Chaos incarnated.
Oh,
I am your worst nightmare.
he's Kaz incarnated? Is that what he just said?
Chaos incarnated.
Oh,
okay.
damn, God.
Say.
Come on,
Damn
speak
voice
English,
mod.
Legend, speak English. That would completely change the direction of this.
"Hey, he could, for all you can tell, you know what? You guys are confused. He could have said, it's a spider fiend. He has an accent. He could have said it's Kaz. He could have said it chaos. Either way, it's 50-50. Could very well be Kaz. You know that. So, yeah, maybe it's Kaz.
Maybe.
You know, she
Miska
says
Wiska.
it says that it is my worst nightmare, but it does not look anything like my worst nightmare. It is not a birthday clown.
You also notice one more thing as you look at Miska standing there. You've noticed that Miska is carrying a massive trident, and it has many heads, by the way. And you've noticed that Miska is not only demanding loyalty from you; it's concentrating energy on that trident. Seems to be loading some sort of a powerful ability. And as is demanding, you've noticed that in the trident, embedded in the trident, is a piece of the rod.
Interesting.
Mm.
And with that, Miska will will cast mass suggestion on all of you. And the suggestion is for you to bow and be loyal to it. So all of you gotta do a wisdom save, DC 20. 21, sorry. DC 21, you can definitely counter spell. That is a 6th level spell.
6th level counter spell.
Alright. Yeah, sure, 6th level counter spell.
Boom.
Wait,
all right.
We're immune to being charmed. This doesn't work on us.
Oh.
This is a demon lord.
Oh.
We are liches.
Yes. This is the equivalent of a lesser deity.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Keep going.
It's a mythic creature. Between mythic and demigod, it's a quasi deity. All right. So it yeah, there's just like Lolth, there are people who pray to Miska. Well, not people, fiends. All right.
Just like me, just like how my prayers worked.
Yes. Well, you counterspelled already, Necrolumpa, and Miska just. You see one of its wolves is particularly. He has this strange laugh. The moment you counterspell, it just all you hear is this. There's one of the heads that seems to be a bit silly. And on that one, the massive bird up in the... It's just going to continue to swing around, and it's maintaining its altitude, and it seems to be readying an action. Yeah, it's readying an action. And Creek, what would you like to do? Creek, have you talked to Necrolumpa? You finally met her.
Yeah, I'll like come up closer and move over here and go like, Necrolumpa! Oh, it's so good to see you. So much has happened. I'll explain this afterwards. But what are you doing here? I thought you were going to Mechanus.
I thought Cyril, like, you convinced me. Cyril, you convinced me. You like Mechanus, and you sent me here instead.
Oh, okay. So, that makes sense then. I know Cyril's supposed to be here, but you guys must have switched places then.
I'm surprised you all are here. How come you're here?
Well, I originally went to Eberron, and I did, and we did find the part. Meet Landro. This is my new partner. We've made a deal, and he gives me a lot of information. And ultimately, when I was there, I met everyone: Cyril, Midge, Pokar, apparently Drazolf, whoever this may be. But apparently there are two timelines, and I don't know much about this. And there's two of us.
Two of us?
This whole conversation is happening while...
I'll tell you.
Hey, Miska, can you hold on? Miska, hold on just a second. These two need to catch up.
That's all I'll say, and I'll be like, I'll explain it later. But it's so good to see a familiar face. I just been going with the flow here. I don't know. Besides, but hey, I got just a song for you.
Oh.
At first, Creek's gonna scream in pain and cast invulnerability, and I'm gonna take that 9d10 of necrotic damage on myself. So I'll take 54 damage, and then I'm gonna cast invulnerability on myself. And I'm gonna use my boon of spell recall so I don't waste a 9th level spell. And then as a bonus action, I'm going to Bardic Inspiration Loompa. And Creek is ready to rock out. He gets his guitar, and then he just goes like this. Here's inspiration, my friend. And we'll keep on fighting till the end. Here's inspiration, bardic inspiration. No time for losers, 'cause here's inspiration from Spirit King. And you just like hear this music encompass you as you get bardic inspired.
And our live audience really likes when Krix plays his tunes. I think this is already your third album by this point in the campaign.
Well, I've made about 29 songs, so we'll see. So those were my turns. Action was invulnerability. I took the damage already and applied that, so I got invulnerability cast and I bardic inspired Necrolumpa.
Very well.
Thank you.
Very well. And
that'll end my turn.
Okay. And with that, Midge, what would you like to do?
Well, looks like we're up against it here, folks, aren't we?
Midge will look around.
Well, I don't get to do this very often, but sometimes I just don't feel like myself.
And Midge is going to cast 9th level shape change. And she is going to become an ancient brass dragon.
Very well.
Ooh.
Let me go into my hat here and pull an ancient brass dragon out of it.
It's the CR20. It's the best one I could find.
All right.
This hallway we're in, is it a hallway or is it like a pathway over?
This is a suspended bridge. It connects the end of the stairways where the double door just closed behind you, the massive double door, into this immense cave, which you can't see the ceiling of it and you can see the bottom of it. All you see is beyond you, there's this massive wall, very well ornated. It seems like a massive throne room that had been sculpted in honor to the Spider Queen Loth, not Miska, the wolf spider. You see the symbols of Loth are still in this place, and yet sitting on the throne was Miska. You know that Miska and Loth were eternal enemies, so this definitely raises some questions. What the hell is Miska doing in Loth's war room? And sitting on her throne. You can see there are other bridges coming from side doors that come from other passages. Those side doors are also closed. So and there are other levels to this complex. Oh, that's not the one I want. There are other levels here and other entrances to the caves there to the north. So there's more than one floor to this whatever complex they've created here. You also see there are exits to the north there, which as I'm showing, I realize the map is just too huge for you guys to see it properly, but I hope you can see now. All right.
Yeah.
So
I just was wondering, like, when Midge transforms into a enormous dragon, is that gonna like knock us off the bridge?
It depends, Midge. Where do you transform into enormous dragon? Usually she needs to transform in unoccupied space, so biggest issue is she's gonna push your Landro and your to the side.
The manifest mind doesn't occupy its space. So
yes.
That's still an unoccupied.
So that's remains there.
I mean, I would say she would jump up in the air and transform and just keep rising up into the air as part of her movement. if you would allow that.
All right, that's fine. And what is your altitude, Midge, as the ancient brass dragon?
Well, she's gonna move forward just a bit. Let's see. Actually, I think. Who's this right here, Legend?
That's a spider fiend.
Okay. Yeah, I think she'll just she'll raise up 30 feet in the air above everyone. And then
30 feet above everyone.
yeah. Oh, I don't know what I didn't make that move, did you?
Yes, I did, so I can remove Midge from there.
Okay. Okay, fair enough. So this over here is just open. There's nothing there.
Yes, it's just open. You can even see the bottom of it.
Okay. Okay. Now, can I use frightful presence now, or is that an action?
It's not an action. No, yeah, it's part of your multi attack.
It is part of my multi-attack. Okay.
Yeah.
But I don't get an action as the dragon, right? My action was as Midge, is that correct?
Yes, correct. You continue the turn as Midge,
Okay.
so you still have a bonus action. If the dragon has a bonus action, you can use it.
Yeah, I'm looking. I don't see any bonus actions. Just the multi-attack.
Yeah, just the multi attack. It doesn't have it.
But I still have 50 feet of movement. So... Actually, can we say the 30 feet? She'll do 30 feet as she moves sideways over here, and she will just come over this direction, 30 feet in the air, because she has 80 feet total.
You should be
of
able to move
movement.
the token. Put where you want it to be.
Yeah, I was just asking that if that
Yes.
was okay.
Yes,
in
that's fine.
regards to
Yeah, that's perfectly fine.
Separating the movement. Okay.
Yes.
So she'll come over this way, and that will complete Midge's turn.
All
So
right.
30 feet in the air right there.
Very well. And as a legendary action, Miska is going to attempt to dominate monster you, Midge. Now that it saw you turned into a dragon. Seems like a good time to cast that spell.
Okay.
And you gotta do a DC 21 Wisdom saving throw.
DC 21 Wisdom saving throw. Okay, so looking up here, Wisdom. Uh, 24.
Very well. And with that, it's now the turn of this Fizarazu spider fiend. That is. All right. It is going to release a scintillant spray on you, dragon, as it jumps down to the lower floor using some webs, and it comes over here. You say you're 30 feet up in the air, right?
30 feet in the air. Yep.
All right. He releases a 60-foot cone spray on the dragon, and you in the dragon's outline by glittering webs for 1 minute. During this time, the dragon emits dim light 10 feet and can benefit from invisible condition. Additionally, creatures in their area must succeed on a DC 16 wisdom saving throw, in the case the dragon, or they're stunned for 1 minute. You can repeat the saving throw at the end of your turn. So roll against stun. As you're 30 feet up in the air right now and you depend on your wings to fly, if you get a stun, you fall. So you gotta pass that DC 16 wisdom save.
Is it not? It's not bringing up my... There we go.
You should, if you're clicking on the token roll 20, you should be seeing the buttons on the top left.
Yeah, they weren't coming up. They weren't coming up.
All right.
What's this? What's the stun? Is it wisdom?
Wisdom. Wisdom 16.
I'll use legendary resistance.
Very well. As you pass this check, you're still outlined by the webs. So let me put here a token just to remind us. Actually, let me put a little glow on the dragon. There you go. So the dragon, ancient brass mage, now has a glow on her. It's like, and cannot benefit from the dim light in the darkness, and can be target. As a reaction, however, this creature that was holding its action is going to release a cone of blood barrage on you, ancient brass mage. You gotta do a DC 18 dex saving throw to avoid 27 points of necrotic damage on a fail, or half as much on a success.
Okay. Sorry, I'm looking all over the place. What is the save again? Dexterity?
Yes, dex 18.
Okay. 25.
All right. And you take it 14 points of necrotic damage. The dragon does. All right. And with that, that's the end of those two creatures' turns. Elsie the second, what would you like to do?
Right. So I will do Booming Blade with Sunblade. I believe Elsie has the Sunblade. Yes. Right, so...
Your Booming Blade's already active. For both of them. Because they're already engulfed in combat.
Beautiful. Okay, so let me roll the Sunblade. And I believe it's 2 times that I can do it, right?
Yeah, so you're attacking the one in front of you?
Yes.
All right.
Sorry, I didn't mention.
Okay. So yeah, guys, what a collection of I mean, Midge, do you like spider fiends, spider wolves, wolf spiders?
I don't know. She's trying to figure this out. She's a bit confused, but she knows Miska's not something she wants to mess with. Yeah.
All right.
Sorry, I'm not sure I rolled correctly.
Yes, you did.
I keep on rolling 1d8 plus 5, but I want to roll the
attack.
Yeah, and it's not letting me because it's in the inventory. So,
okay, just you don't have it equipped. Just equip. There you go. You refresh on your end the character sheet. You have a plus 11 to hit with that.
Plus 11. Okay.
Yeah.
Did I roll any or not? Did I?
Yes, you roll the damage. Yes, just roll to attack now.
Okay. All right, there we go. Now it's coming up. Ooh.
Yes, that is a nat 1. Good start. Roll a flat d20 for us. Let's see if that sunblade still on your hand or it just fell in that cosm beneath you.
Can I use my inspiration? Because I think you gave me inspiration for it. Right?
Yes, indeed. You can use inspiration.
Yes, please. I'll reroll. Oh god, such bad rolls I have today. 14. Does it do anything?
No, it does nothing.
At least it's not a crit one. Okay, so I have another one. Okay, 23.
23 hits. Yes.
Okay, so then a 1d8 plus 5. 13.
All right. You had rolled already, so I'm going to use your previous roll for a
Did
total.
I roll the booming blade included or no?
No, you didn't roll the booming blade. Roll the booming blade now.
Okay. There we go.
So you have 14 points plus 13, 27 points, and some booming blade there for 15 points of damage the next time that creature moves.
And I believe the blade song is already active.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So as bonus action, I think I will cast Blade of Disaster.
Very well. From
the start.
From Elsie.
Yes.
Okay. There is a problem though. Elsie has consumed her 9th level spell to cast Foresight on you.
Oh, is that a 9th level? Oh, right.
Yes.
Then I guess that would be the end of Elsie's turn.
All right. And it's now the turn of that massive bird demon creature up there, and it's going to fly towards the dragon. On the way towards the dragon is going to release a blood barrage, and the dragon gotta do a DC 18 dex saving throw. You used one legendary resistance already, right? 1 of 3.
I did.
All right.
I used 1.
Okay. Okay. And you gotta do a DC 18 dex saving throw to avoid 27 points of necrotic damage. Or half as much on a success. Alright, are you using legendary resistance again?
Ooh, that's ugly. Ah. Oh goodness.
Double 8s.
I know.
Actually, let me remove this from whispering because so that everybody can see.
Yeah. What is the result of this? What happens?
You take 27 points of necrotic damage from the blood barrage.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take the damage.
All right, so you are showered in this necrotic blood barrage as this creature is flying towards you. Is releasing this breath weapon blood barrage towards you, and then and that's the end of its turn. And it's now at your level, 30 feet up in the air. It was 60 feet before, and now it's 30 feet at your level. And Necrolumpa.
Can I move as a legendary action?
Can you move as a legendary action? No, you can detect, attack, or wing attack.
Okay.
All right.
And wing attack is a 15 foot. No, bite. Oh, tail. Can I do tail? Hold on. I can.
Yeah,
so
you can do
feet.
a tail attack, but a tail attack has a range of 20 feet.
Yeah, so I can get the... Yeah,
You're 30 feet up in the air.
Too.
You don't have range.
Oh, this one's on the ground?
Yes.
Okay. And how far away is this one? 30 feet. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
All right. Necrolumpa, what would you like to do?
Right, I will do something similar to Elsie. Booming Blade with the last quip.
All right.
2 times.
You have advantage. You have foresight on you.
Oh, I do. thank you. I keep on forgetting, and I rolled the same thing. Amazing. I guess
14 will not hit. It almost hits though.
dirty 20.
That hits.
Right. Okay. So a 6 plus 11. That's 17.
Yeah.
And bonus action. Blade Song is active,
Yeah.
so Blade of Disaster.
Blade of Disaster. Alright.
I kind of forgot how it works. Do I have just one time? One
No, it makes
hit?
2 attacks when you cast.
2 attacks,
There you
right?
go. Yes.
Does a 17 hit?
You're attacking this. Yes, it does.
I'm attacking what? What did
You're
you wanna
attacking
say?
the one in front of you, right?
Yes.
Okay. 17 hits.
So 17 and a... Ooh!
Nat 20.
No 20.
Very well. Now that's a lot of damage. Now that's 16d12 altogether.
16d12.
Yes.
Alright. And that is for an extra 85.
Yep, that sliced through it like butter. That creature is very much half in half. Yes.
Nice.
And
Next.
as you attack that massive creature, all you hear is that yawn as this void disguised as sword flies in front of you. Okay, I assume that's the end of your turn, or you're moving, or are you moving?
Yeah, thank you for that. I'll just step forward there a bit.
All right.
There we go.
And it's now what a coincidence! Is now the turn of that one that hadn't even involved in the fight and was just up there, and the creature is going to.
The Blade of Disaster with me? Sorry. Or that one is no. Does it move with me? I forgot. I need to read the spell. Sorry.
No, you gotta move it as a bonus action.
Alright, okay. That's fine.
All right. So, and you use the bonus action to cast. All right. So you notice that as you approach, this creature is a bit more methodic than the other ones. It seems to be assessing you and what you've done, and it seems to be quite smart actually. And then it releases this 90-foot cone. Let me see. It actually moves here, and then it releases a 90-foot cone. Which should catch you and the dragon up there. Yeah. 90-foot cone. Each creature in that area must do a DC 18 Constitution saving throw to avoid 44 points of acid damage, or half as much in a successful one. Non-magical objects in the area that aren't being worn or carried take 44 acid damage as well. So, Necrolumpa and Ancient Brass Mage, please roll a DC&T con save for us.
Sorry, I don't have the foresight here in front of me, but do I get any advantage?
You have
or
advantage on saving throws, yes. Wow, Mage!
Double nat 20.
Wow!
Double
You get it.
nat 20.
You get double inspiration for that. You can take one for yourself and give one to someone else.
Oh,
I'll give one to Loompa.
Wow, not holding
thank you.
back.
Back.
Very well. 22 points of damage.
rolled
Oh,
it.
wow! She won't need that. Oh, what is this? All right. So,
You get a nat 20. You get a nat 20. You get a nat 20.
Merry Wishmas.
pretty much.
Necrolumpa, you get it. You get inspiration. And to who goes the extra inspiration, Midge, now that Necrolumpa has it?
Who's back behind me? I'll give it to Creek.
All right, thank you.
Very well, Creek. And on that note, that's the end of that creature's turn. It's now, well, that one is dead. It's now the one in front of Elsie, and is going to attack Elsie with its let's see. That's quite. All right. Is going to cast Dominate Monster on. Is going to cast Dominate Monster on Elsie, and Elsie gotta do a Wisdom 20. A Wisdom 20 saving throw.
Can I can I counterspell it?
Not with Necrolumpa. With Elsie, you can.
Yeah, with Elsie. Why not with Necrolumpa? Because she's already.
She already spent her reaction. Yes.
Oh, what? But I already did the turn now.
Oh, yeah.
She just
But,
had.
Yeah.
But
You're
that's
right.
fine. I was
Okay,
gonna do
you
it
can-
with Elsie
yeah.
anyway.
All right. Go ahead.
Okay, so
Which reminds me, by the way, it's a good thing that a counter spell failed, because you were beyond the range of the spell to counter spell that the Miska actually. But anyway,
What?
never mind. We're gonna move on, and we're just gonna say that that counter spell worked for whatever reason. But yeah,
Okay,
you wouldn't have
alright.
worked because you were beyond the range. You were beyond 60 feet from Miska.
Oh, good. Sorry.
That's all right.
Okay. Did I do that? Did it work? Yes.
So, well, you're casting at 3rd level, right?
What do I need to extra roll?
Yes, you need to
Okay,
roll
I
an
can do it.
intelligence check 18.
Intelligence check. Come on. There we go. Dirty 20.
Very well. Necrolumpa cancels the spell casting, and the spider fiend in front of her then makes a venom globe attack, as it creates a globe of venom in front of it, and attack Necrolumpa for 24. Her current AC is 23, so Necrolumpa takes Elsie takes
Elsie, yeah.
43 points of poison damage, which
Is that half or something?
she is immune to, but this creature doesn't know. And it just blows
I'll
a
pretend.
bath of poison on Elsie, and nothing happens. Drazov, what would you like to do?
That hurt.
All right. Well,
Is that her trying to
First-
deceive the
Yes.
spider? I see.
That's what I said. I was pretending.
Roll deception.
Yeah. Oh. Alright.
If you succeed, the creature might actually believe the next time that he hurt you, and might use this movement more often.
Oh, I have a +1 on deception.
Oh,
A 12.
You got this.
it actually rolled an 8 on insight, so yeah, it thinks it's hurting you. So Drazov, what would you like to do?
all right. So first, as a bonus action, he's going to send Manifest Mind up 30 feet, and then through the Manifest Mind, is going to cast Summon Greater Demon at 6th level. Make sure I'm on the right thing. Yep.
And you're summoning a spider fiend.
Close. So the words that he says are, "Fearsome Dragloth, serve your queen. Rise up and dispatch her enemies most obscene." And in a puff of smoke, right about here, or
About
as
where?
close to there as I can
Yeah.
get, with it
All
being
right.
an unoccupied space, a Dragloth pierce in that space.
A Dragloth.
Yeah, it is a half drow, half Glabrazoo demon that serves law.
Yes. I know what it is. I forgot how to spell. Give me the spelling, please.
Draeglotha.
All right. Draeg. All right. I'm pulling in my hat, and my hat in roll 20 is frozen. Roll 20. Come on.
I thought I'd just add some more things.
You just
to the board
broke roll 20 with that.
Easier.
All right.
Of course I did.
All right. The moment I start spelling roll 20, said, "What the hell is that?" All right. So let me put that there.
And it hasn't even cast Confusion yet.
Very well. It rolls its own initiative, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, and that's that fun spell that if you lose concentration, the creature just does whatever it wants.
Yeah.
Fun times.
Specifically attacking whatever the nearest non-demon is.
It's a good thing you brought him against the mortal enemy of love. Because, yeah. Alright, so...
Initiative is 5.
Should be able to control the token. The initiative is 5. Which is right after you.
And, well, right after me and my familiar. Not that my familiar is actually going to do anything useful. And as I cast that, or as he appears, Drazolf shouts forward to it. You there, yes, just attack all of Mystra's minions. She is waging some kind of war against your queen. I assume you would like to assist. Go to it.
And the demon replies. The demon replies.
Very well. I will eliminate this pest in the name of love.
Yes, that is what I was hoping for. Okay. And Drazolf is gonna move up to here. Vazel is just gonna, follow along, being basically just a magic shield. And that's it for their turn. And now it is the regular.
Yes.
So I think it's just gonna start with a full multi-attack against this wolf spider thing in front of it. So let's go with that's a bite and 2 claws. That's a 21 for the bite, 15, and a 23 for the claws.
Yes. The 21 and the 23 hits for 27 points of piercing damage.
All right. Yeah. So it just starts tearing into this thing right in front of it, just ripping away with claws and teeth and just general reckless abandon.
Very well.
And I think that's its turn.
Okay.
Right? No.
And what is your familiar doing?
My familiar just followed along with Drazolf. He's not actually doing anything. There's not a whole lot that he actually can do in combat, but he is useful as to provide resistance against magic.
Okay. All right. And Miska, seeing all this mess happening in the throne room, jumps out of that balcony as a legendary action and just runs towards towards the fiend you just summoned. Let me put it over here. And as it approaches the fiend, it says to all of you,
fools, you cling to your brittle immortality, your fleeting power, have the audacity to stand against me, against chaos itself. Look at you, shackled by your own arrogance, clinging to the scraps of leather you stole from death's grasp. You may have cheated the grave, but I am not mere. I'm not your mere predator. I am the storm, I am the tide, I am chaos incarnate. In no fortress of bone or phylactery of glass will stand against my wrath. But you are not without worth. You are cunning, ambitious, and thirsty for power. I see in your hollow eyes. Bend the knee, and I will grant you a place in the web I weave. Serve me, and I will spare your wretched souls. Swear fealty to the Queen of Chaos, and you will not merely survive, you will thrive. You will be the architects of a new order, born from the ashes of the old. Together, we will unmake this stagnant reality and replace it with endless, boundless freedom. Defy me, and your phylacteries will shatter like glass. Your names will be erased from the annals of history. Your legacies reduced to nothing but dust and whisper on the wind. Think careful, liches. Eternity as my allies, oblivion as my enemies. The choice is yours.
As he pauses, letting his words sink on you, his bodyguards shifting menacingly behind the combat line, and the silence just keeps growing heavier in the room, charged with both dread and the possibility that you guys may survive this encounter with what many consider a lesser deity. And again, lesser is really not the word you should focus on that combo. So, what say you, players? What are your characters replying to this?
Well, Creek will pop up. At first, he'll use the Vokar voice like, "Yeah, I've heard that one before. Many times, to be exact." And then I'm gonna go back into my regular voice, says, You say to swear fealty and such, but you will already swear fealty to the Whispered One. You are chained down. You are not your own being. How could you ask us to serve you when you already serve someone else? Doesn't that seem quite ironic?
And Landro corrects you.
That is not love. That is Miska. Love was the one that was allied to Vecna. That is Vecna's mortal enemy. He wants to destroy Vecna. Miska, love, not the same thing. That is definitely Miska. It turns out that in your confusion, you were right along, and now you're confusing the other way around.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were a Lol. I keep at first I was praying to Miska, and then he telling me it's Lol, and now you're telling me this isn't Lol in front of us. This is Miska. Oh my goodness.
Yes, it's called the wolf spider because he has his spider head. He has wolf hands and spider body. It's the we say, the demon lord of the spider fiends.
And I'm gonna look back and say, yeah, thank you, Landro, and I'll say, I do apologize. My sources of information have been quite confusing. I'm going to need a second now that I know you are Miska, not Lolf. And he's just gonna sit down for a second, go like, Miska, Lolf, Miska, Lolf. Man, what is what?
I will draw you a
What's going
diagram.
on? Yeah.
Necrolumpa, for the past couple sessions, I have been mistaking the two. If you've noticed that and watched the live
And Midge will just do this in response.
Very well.
You know, I feel like this is not such a bad deal. I think we should take it.
Where's Ronaldo? Is he building stuff again?
He had to tend to his mansion. Ho ho! There's so many things there. You know how he is. As I'm using my actor feat to replicate his voice.
And the last time you guys heard about Ronaldo, he was trying to build this artifact that he says was going to be his masterpiece, some sort of a cane mixed with a umbrella and a morning star thing. And he's very busy on this.
So, can you break down exactly what it is? There was a lot. Can you break down again exactly what Miska is proposing?
So Miska is telling you guys that if you bend the knee and you swear fealty to the Queen of Chaos, which is the Queen of Miska, you will not merely survive; you will thrive. You will use your powers, in your ambition, in your thirst, to build a new order. Born from the ashes of the old. He's proposing you to unmake this stagnant reality and replace with endless and boundless freedom. However, he's proposing you a very clear choice: eternity as allies or oblivion as enemies. And he's defying you. He's saying he's going to shatter your phylacteries like glass. He's saying he's going to erase you from history, and you are going to be reduced by nothing but dust and whispers on the wind. Those are Miska's words that resonate in your mind.
And Drazov said, "That's not a bad. That's not a bad deal." Am I correct? Is that what I heard?
It's not a bad deal to accept, because he's offering you to use you as generals in his
the one where
war.
We work with Miska, not the one where we get our phylacteries shattered. That's what he's saying is not such a bad deal.
Oh, eternity as allies, oblivion as enemies.
Yeah, but it's the rebuilding though that seems to go against Midge's a new world order.
That seems
kind of what.
That's exactly what you guys trying to stop. Yes, it goes against.
Yes. So Midge is not in favor. Midge, that's why Midge roared. I just wanted to make sure that I was correct in my interpretation.
All right.
So yeah, Midge will not support that.
And Drazov is one vote in favor. Midge, one vote against. Creek, Cyril, you've been awfully quiet.
Yeah, because I accidentally just called him Wolf.
With Drazov's master scrivener ability and his ability to like quickly jot down things like magically, he's gonna draw a very, very concise, very clear diagram of the Lolth Miska paradigm, and hand it to Creek, who is right there next.
Thank you, Drazov. And I'll look to Landro and says, Landro, I know allies and who I gotta pick are important. I know that you and I have established that, and I've shown some trust. Tell me, what is your thoughts on Miska, as Creek corrects myself? I see there's a proposal, but there's immediate danger versus swearing fealty.
You want to know everything I know about Miska?
Not everything, but just given Miska's interest in picking their allies.
Miska is known to be an extremely successful war general who fought the gods themselves, the local gods, and almost won, to the point that they had to imprison Miska out of desperation. Miska's rise to power suggests that it has a deep and relentless ambition. He likely will thrive on his goals to conquer, dominate, and prove himself as the ultimate force of chaos. He is ruthlessly ambitious. He's also, as you can imagine, very cunning, very predatory. Miska's wolves and spider, I guess, reflects his cunning and his predatory nature altogether. Like a spider, he likely enjoys weaving complex plans to ensnare his enemies and take advantage of their weaknesses. He likely has a sharp tactical mind, given his ability to command and lead the chaotic hordes during the Dawn War. Bestial and ferocious are other terms I would use for it. The wolf-like aspects of Miska's personalities are likely tied to his primal feral instincts. He is not just a cold strategist, but also a creature of raw fury and savagery. Loyal to chaos, that's the only loyalty I would say Miska has. Miska's loyalty lies with the ideals of chaos and its creator, the Queen of Chaos. But beyond that, he likely serves no one and respects no other order or hierarchy unless it furthers his own goals. I would say that he's very arrogant and defiant, and this Queen of Chaos is a very mysterious creature, a type of knowledge I would love to learn about. So if you guys decide to ally with him, could you please ask him to tell me a little bit more about this Queen of Chaos? Because although he says her name and he exudes the arrogance of being an unstoppable force on her command, he never really tells me, he never really laid down a lot of lore about the Queen of Chaos, so I would love to learn this very, very restricted piece of knowledge. And, he has a relentless hatred for law, so overall, in terms of personality, I guess he's a very dangerous combination of strategic intelligence, primal savagery, chaotic ambition, making him a multidimensional threat, and a bit unpredictable, a bit destructive, and boundless. Kinda like you guys.
So, as players, what do you guys think about that? Oh boy.
I'm still on board.
Cyril, if you are talking, you are on mute, because I haven't heard you for a while now. Cyril, you there? Did we lose Cyril?
He's still in the chat.
Yeah. We can't hear him. He's on mute. Alright. So, Creek, to who your alliance goes to?
I would like to actually do a persuasion before I choose the yes, since I think Miss Cook can hear me. Yes.
Yes.
And I say yes. Your offer and your words do strike much merit, and I've prayed to you, Miska. Sorry for mistaking you for Lolfa. I know, location-wise, it was irrational of me to assume. I would love to serve and join you and spread your ambition. And I feel like the best way for me to do that, net aside from swearing fealty, is to also get rid of the one that stands against us too, the whispered one, along with all your other ambitions and plans. I know you have many. I would love to join you, and we could take out whatever you have, but as long as Vecna is included in that. Also, we'd love to hear more about you and your many conquers and your many stories. You are quite a fascinating individual, as my friend has expressed. We would love to hear more about you and probably the Queen of Chaos too. How does that sound? And can I persuade him?
Roll the best persuasion of your life.
Thank you. 36.
Wow. Okay, I rolled really low on that insight. The number to beat was 15, and Miska says,
So, your objective is to defeat Vecna?
That is my primary interest, yes. After that, I have no other purpose I want to seek, but I would be open to following you and what your ideals would be.
Are all of you aligned? It seems that I'm getting mixed signals here from your party.
Necrolumpa, what is your vote?
Ooh. Ooh. I don't know. I mean, what does it really entail? Like, is she gonna keep the rod in that, or how will it work?
Well, Miska is offering you to swear fealty to it, and he's Queen of Chaos, and or be obliterated by its forces. And it's asking. It seems that Creek managed to convince him that you guys are against Vecna, and
Right. I mean, yeah, it's quite a strong one, isn't it?
So, you wish to see Vecna unmade. Is that correct?
Yes, we do.
Mm-hmm.
And as you see his many eyes just narrowing, like a cruel grin just splitting his wolfish and spidery faces in half. His spider legs twitching kind of with anticipation as he steps closer, towering over Necrolumpa. And he steps, almost pushing the demon to the side, and slightly, and as he stands there, the Miska says,
Deliciously ironic that his own king seeks his downfall. I could crush you here now, but perhaps your hatred for that arrogant pretender is a blade I can wield. Very well. If you swore fealty to the Queen of Chaos, I will accept your terms. Together, we will rip Vecna from his throne of lies and cast his rotting corpses into the abyss where it belongs. Crush his phylactery, but understand this, your oath binds you to me. Once Vecna falls, your allegiance to me will not waver. You will serve me and the Queen of Chaos without question or ambition beyond what I grant you. Defy this fact, and your phylacteries will fuel my war engines. Honor it, you will share in the spoils of Vecna's destruction. Do this, and you will burn a place among the architects of chaos. So, liches, do we have an accord? Shall I take your skulls as trophies and out Vecna on my own?
Now, you guys know that Cass is allied with Miska. And now, basically what Miska is proposing you is join the side of Cass. I mean, together you guys do have more pieces of the rod.
You kind of gave me
rods.
the answer to the question that I had. Well, the proposal that I would have had, as in be allies until we defeat Vecna, but then you said this, so kind of falls apart. I don't know. I'm
Yeah,
not
I
sure.
think
I just
you-
want to
I
be
think-
my own after.
Yeah, Midge is still. I think Midge is still on her own here. This may be the end of Midge.
Cyril's
You're
back.
back.
Yeah.
Hello.
Cyril! Cyril, how much have you caught of that?
I caught bits and bobs. I will I will review my
Cyril, here's what's on the table. Miska has proposed the party to swear fealty to it and to his queen of chaos. And
I got all that bit.
All right.
The only bits I didn't get. Sorry to interrupt. The only bits I didn't get in between were why Mage is on her own.
Because what
And,
Miska is proposing is to rewrite the entire multiverse as at its own free will, and destroy everything that's lawful and create a multiverse that is purely made of chaos and boundless freedom. While Midge thinks this is just the same plan as Vecna, but with a different packaging, and therefore Midge
The result is virtually still the same.
yeah. So hence, in principle, Midge, by the same reason she's against the plans of Vecna, she's against this. However, Drazov and Creek seem to be inclined to accept. Necrolumpa is still on top of the wall, and Cyril. How about you? How would Cyril think? What would Cyril think about this?
As a chaotic evil wizard himself, and his belated wife was a chaotic evil sorceress, I think he'd be up for this. I think killing Vecna is his one goal at the moment, to seek revenge on his wife that he blames Vecna for her death. And I mean, if we side with Cass, we have more rod pieces. So I think I'll also agree.
It's been great playing with you guys.
And Necrolumpa.
Looks like this is probably the end of my time in this campaign.
And between you and Midge, between Midge roaring as an ancient brass dragon and the other three there seem to be tending towards accept the deal. What would you like to do?
Not sure it matters anymore, because even if I
Of course it
say
does.
no, I would say no, but I wouldn't go with it.
Necrolumpa would not take the deal. Very well.
I wouldn't want to serve this wolf spider thing in the future.
Very well.
If it would be just until we defeat Vecna, fine, but I don't want to do it after. But then again, it doesn't really matter because it's already 3 against 2, so...
Oh, don't let that stop you. We all have our own choices. I'd make
I
so many
don't know,
Yeah, make your choice. I mean, Midge is holding firm, so do
If
what you want
yours-
to do.
If yours is,
No,
is
but I mean, we're still a group. I feel like because
Well,
otherwise, if it's just me and Midge against it, and you said it's like a
And
daily
Elsie.
thing, we're gonna die. Oh, yeah, but I don't know.
Well-
it's tough. I'm lawful neutral, but I want to do anything to defeat Vecna. I became a Lich because of that. I'm making so many massive sacrifices despite not wanting to do it. But it's just my
Yeah.
character's interest.
Above
Yeah,
the
same with
table, does Mitch have a way to communicate like other than roaring at the moment? Like
she can talk.
spellcast
Yeah.
and do sending.
Yeah, dragons can speak.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she can
right,
talk
right.
common and draconic.
Can I ask everybody to like? And again, this is still above the table. Would it be possible to ask everybody to just like pause for a moment while I go have a word with Midge? Because it's gonna take me a moment to like walk/teleport my way over there.
Everyone stops just to see you.
Well, this is all happening in a split second of a fight. We're in very slow motion here. As this has been declared, as the creature was walking, as Miska was walking from the throne all the way towards the back of that as a legendary action. So this is happening in the span of maybe 6 seconds max, if that much. Not even that. 1 second. It's happening in a few seconds. Miska declared what he wanted to do as it walks towards here, yeah, let's just call a few seconds, and that's
However long it takes to say
yeah.
that.
However long it takes to say that, and now you see the response from Midge was to roar. Creek replied by proposing that their first mission after swearing fealty to Miska would be to defeat Vecna. Miska accepted the terms, but then after that, it made very clear that there is no way around. Once you are loyal to it, you're gonna do as you're told, and you'll be loyal forever. And Necrolumpa is saying is standing towards no, and Ancient Brass Midge is standing towards no. But
Right,
there is, as you know, there's more than one version of Midge. So if you guys obliterate this one, maybe you can convince the other one.
Just like
Alright, so my question there is, what are the like enforcement methods for maintaining that that bond, that
you
that
know,
fealty?
you know things. There's always a way to
It's a
maintain the
contract,
bond.
Yeah.
Well, it wouldn't be a contract because this is
devils, there's a
with
contract.
devils has a contract, but with demons, there's gonna be some sort of blood bond that enslaves you guys to what they are asking you to do.
Yeah, because Midge is already bound to. Oh my god, I just totally blanked on her name.
Zagat Moy.
Fungus. Zagatmoy. Yeah, so she's not.
Yeah, well, that raises an interesting question because Drazov is already bound to Joybilex.
Yeah, so basically it would be betraying both of them in order to join Miska's. Not only that, he would also be betraying Volkar. Because you know Volkar is an enemy of Kaz.
So the older bond does not like override, like does not prevent the newer bond.
You are not
We can't, like, we
enslaved.
can't take
You're
it?
not enslaved by a magical bond to Zagat Moy, and you are more like working partners.
Right.
Yeah, with Zagat Moy and Jublex.
Okay. So this would be a more significant like entanglement than that.
Yes, you would be you would submit to Miska. You would be subjugated to it.
Okay, I did not realize that.
I didn't realize as well it affects our relationship with Volkar either.
Yeah, he would be your patron moving forward, and at least these members would not answer to Volkart anymore. These members would be in the ones who accept would be in the same side as Kaz. Of course, there are other copies of you that might not be on the same side as Kaz, might disagree with this decision.
Well, the other copy of me works for
The other copy of you definitely disagree with that decision because he works for Vecna, yeah.
What would the other copy of me think? Would he be mad at Volkart for blowing him up? Would he forgive him?
Okay, so again, above the table, if this is not the kind of deal that I can weasel out of or just straight up like ignore moving forward, like if it's the kind of thing that's gonna like bind me on in a way that I can't just cheat my way out of, then yeah, Drazolf is changing his mind. He's not gonna say that.
There is always a way to weasel out of everything, but nothing is truly permanent, particularly in a universe that is made of chaos. But there will be an enforcement. There is a powerful entity, apparently, this mysterious Queen of Chaos, that would enforce that bond. As long as you cannot challenge that power, it would be difficult to challenge the bond. But maybe if you become more powerful, one day you can, you can take that throne. So, yeah, let's say, you would be in a contract for some time, for lack of a better word. That's what you think it entails. You would be bound to this creature for some time. These versions of you would. But Midge has already said no, and Necrolumpa is also not going to yield, if I understood correctly, Necrolumpa?
Yeah, it's a definite no for me.
Alright. So right now you have 2, I mean if we count LC, that's 3.
3.
3 versus 3. And while we're holding that dilemma and the party is deciding to let's keep our audience on the hook and we'll conclude this session here as you guys decide what you want to do by next one. So that way you have some time to think about it.
Are you coming back next week? Loompa, are you coming back next week?
Could potentially.